Welcome back. It's Made in Arizona month, and this is our first episode, kind of Schlock and Load. And this week, are we having fun yet? I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
This is Bad Movies,
Worst People. I know. That's why I waited, too. I was like, oh, she's going to look like a fool.
He usually goes longer.
Any comments?
That's what she said.
Yes, she did.
I was
About
also,
you.
I was drinking. I had no time to react.
This is the problem when you have three thirsty people. It's hard to fucking banter.
It has nothing to do with being alcoholic. It's because I'm very thirsty.
I just like liquid in my mouth.
So we know you all know the name of the movie we're doing because you clicked on this episode. But what's the name of this movie?
This movie is Universal Soldier from 1992, directed by one Roland Emmrich. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. Shit. Is this the least blowy up of landmarks that Roland Emmrich does? I don't think we get a landmark blowed.
Not a landmark. A gas station.
A gas station?
I mean, technically, he kind of blows up the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty kind of a big landmark. Not going to lie.
Can't miss it.
Yeah.
But yes, welcome back to the show, because we previously discussed his movie Godzilla from 1998. And we'll be seeing him again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this guy, we've mentioned it before, but Stargate, Independence Day, The Patriot, 10,000 BC, 2012, Independence Day, Resurgence.
Oof.
Didn't you say Independence Day twice?
Yeah,
Well,
Independence Day
because it comes back. It
Oh.
resurged.
So I think I've only seen one of those movies.
Oh, you've seen at least two.
You've seen Stargate, right?
Because we
Jason
watched-
Statham,
Okay, two,
Kurt
yeah,
Russell.
yeah.
You've seen Independence Day and
Well, yeah.
Independence Day Resurgence.
I did not see
We went and
Resurgence.
saw it in theaters.
No, we did
Yes,
not.
we did.
Blocked it from my memory.
Yeah,
Didn't
you're
happen.
probably better off. Yeah,
Never
I should.
happened.
I saw it once. Hated it.
Well, that's my
And
superpower
you've
now.
probably seen The Patriot with Mel Gibbs, American Revolution movie.
Mhm.
Mel Gibson. Oh, also in this movie.
Yeah, just like I've seen
What
Brave.
the hell's it?
Braveheart.
Leon.
Musket.
Rennie. It's the doctor in this.
Oh, the doctor that did the stuff?
Yeah,
Or
well-
the guy on the
Baby's
the guy on
daddy.
the bus.
The guy
The
on
guy
the
on the
truck.
bus.
the guy on the truck. Yes, he's also in the
Oh,
Leon
Butthead
Rippey.
knows.
Leon Rippey.
Yes, Leon
Butthead
Rippey.
knows.
I
Yeah.
was looking for his name. I couldn't remember.
I have it. It's in my head.
Oh, real quick, for those who would like to watch this before we go any further, right now it's available on Paramount Plus, and it's on Amazon for $4 to rent, and currently on sale, at least currently, for $8 to buy.
Easy $8, by the way.
And I think Just Watch said it was like $11, so even then,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I spent the $8. There's not a chance I'm not going to want to rewatch this. Whether I recommend it to other people or not, I can at least make a music video out of this.
Fair enough.
I already own this on Blu-ray, but I'm still in the midst of moving all my stuff around, so it's in the bottom of a box full of Bluerays, so we had to stream it.
Do you have like some special?
No.
Okay. all right.
Just a Blu-ray that I bought
Because I
at
figure you
Bookman's.
probably would have busted it out if it was like you would have found it.
We're going full Arizona month. It's all filmed in Arizona, and I bought it at Bookman's, which is an Arizona establishment. So,
Institution.
it's written by many men.
Wait, like small? Like
No, many, not many.
Many, not many.
We have Richard Rothstein and Christopher Lech, who look like they do stuff together.
works in Hollywood, probably pronounced leech.
They both wrote on a show called The Hitchhiker. Richard Rothstein also wrote the Bates Motel TV movie from 1987. So good for him.
Good for him.
Christopher Lech didn't write much else. He wrote a movie called The Hitter I'd never heard of, but he's directed some stuff. He directed Teen Wolf 2.
With
T-O-O.
Bateman?
with-
T-O-O, yeah.
With Bateman.
He directed... Oh, this is the movie I was telling you I have a movie we should watch. It's going to be awful. Not for the podcast, just to torture ourselves. It's called She Fought Alone. And it stars, it's a TV movie, of course, starring Brian Austin Green and Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Well, we might have to record it.
I mean, maybe. We'll just watch it first.
Yeah.
And then I think the main writer, I think those guys were like...
I'll be on that episode, but I won't watch it. I can just film
So
the
we're
blanks.
just explaining it to
Look,
you.
something,
that sounds
something,
great.
something like domestic abuse, I'm sure.
Oh, I can make plenty of jokes about domestic abuse.
Fair enough.
And I think the main writer, I think those guys were like punch-up men, or maybe they were the original idea.
That's
and
what
then this
you
other
call
guy came
the
in.
abusive husbands.
Yeah, that's Brian Austin Green, presumably.
He's a punch-up
No,
man.
he's probably the good guy.
He has to be with those eyes.
The main writer, or the other writer, is Dean Devlin, who...
Ooh, I know that name.
Yeah, he wrote this, Stargate, Independence Day, Godzilla 1998.
So he likes working with a certain director?
Yeah, and he also wrote and directed Geostorm, which I have never seen. But we saw that trailer 1,000 times because that was coming out when we were going to the theater every week.
Yes.
And I always laughed every time because
It's
the
a little
movie's called
Geo.
Geostorm, and at the end of the trailer, he's driving away in this little tiny compact car, and I was like, he's called that because he has to get away in his Geostorm.
So you're familiar, I think, with How Did This Get Made?
Yeah.
They knew somebody that worked on that, and they talked about it. And like, yeah, no one realized that the Geostorm was a car. It's like a quick Google could have fixed this.
Yeah, because I know that's the only car I know by Geo. I don't know if they did anything else. And he's
why
driving
would you?
away. It's not a
Stop at
Geostorm he's
perfection.
in, but whatever that itty bitty car is, I was
Sure.
always like, Geostorm.
Yeah, why make another car once you make something as fine as the Storm?
So we'll play the money game. So this movie cost
No whammies,
$23 million to
whammies.
make.
23 to make.
And real quick,
19
I don't know if you guys
92.
noticed.
92.
We talked about this company last month because I think it was Leviathan. Carol Co.
Okay.
produced a bunch of schlocky action shit. They were counting on this movie to keep them afloat because they were going bankrupt. So they're hoping it made money.
Oh boy.
So let's play it. We're going to play a double round game. Domestic and worldwide. So it cost $23 million. 1992. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren. And Roland Emmerich's name means nothing at this point because this is his first American
Domestic
feature.
made 10.
Wife?
I'm going to say 8.
Okay. Worldwide.
15.
Do you want to know the domestic first so you know where the worldwide goes?
No, worldwide's 37.
I said 15.
15. You guys are so mean. This movie made $36.3 million domestic
Wow.
and
All right.
$102 million worldwide.
You know what? JCVD
Dang.
was a big name in 92.
Well, sure, but here's
Dolph
the thing.
Lundgren, too,
The
is
company
in
that you
Europe.
mentioned, I'm not aware of, so I thought they failed.
They didn't last much longer.
Okay.
Well, it's because JCVD did all the crafts cocaine.
Dude, it's not a craft service table. It's craft cocaine.
Yeah, the movie
Excuse
cost
me, can I get
23.
the bump here?
The movie cost $23 million. $13 million went to the movie.
What accent?
Yeah, that's my favorite. It's too bad that they went with like he's Cajun because when she's talking about his accent, he's like, "What accent?" I get it. It's because he's like a robot man and doesn't know what's going on. But also, I wanted him to just be like, "What accent?"
Yeah.
And that's just their explanation. I don't know what you're talking about. Move on.
I don't hear an accent when I speak.
So this was filmed basically entirely in Arizona. There was some pickup stuff done on like sound stages in LA.
Okay.
But other than that, this is like all Northwest Arizona, mostly in Kingman,
In
in
Baghdad.
and around Kingman.
Baghdad, yeah.
It was filmed in Baghdad.
Baghdad.
These are all cities in Arizona for the people listening outside of Arizona. Baghdad, Chloride, Sedona, Verde Valley, Cottonwood, Prescott, Ashfork, and Clarkdale.
I have heard of Clarkdale, actually.
Never heard of Ashfork.
Ashfork, I only know, I had Ashford written down here, but I know it's Ashfork unless they changed that building because in the town where the hotel is, there's a building that says like Ashfork Auto Parts right behind them. So,
I like the name.
yeah.
Sounds like where a really scary video game is going to take place.
Yeah. Silent Hill, baby.
And
yeah,
then-
Silent Hill. Welcome to Ashfork.
And
you
part
proud
of it was also filmed at the Grand Canyon on the, and I'm gonna butcher this name, but I'm gonna try, the Hualapai Reservation.
Okay.
So-
I don't know enough to do better.
It's when at the end with the big car crash, that's where the glass skywalk is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It could be
For
a
those who
sky-
don't know, you can walk out on glass over the Grand Canyon.
And
you
you
can
can
be
be
like,
like-
you can be your own Skywalker.
This is where they blew up
The
some
Death
shit
Star.
in some movies.
Oh yeah. Hey, for whatever you feel about this movie, there's some big bada booms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some little bada booms.
Yeah. There's a lot of blood
A
too.
lot of bada booms.
and there's a guy with multiple ear necklaces.
Uh-huh. Dude, you got to get the matching set.
Can you hear me now?
Verizon's just like, can we do that? No, we can't do that commercial.
Oh
No.
man, that's a robot chicken skit waiting to happen, right?
Just
It's
Dolph,
the-
look, can
it's-
you hear me
No, it's
now?
the Verizon guy. Doing, can you hear me now? And then going to another place. Can you hear me now? And the next place he has one ear on his necklace, and then the next place he has two.
He's a serial killer. Can you hear me now?
All right, Jackie.
And so, this movie is about cyborg soldiers? Question mark.
I wouldn't say cyborg. I would say enhanced. I mean, well, maybe.
Well, according
can they
to the-
see through their eyes when they're not wearing a cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have it on the second half of the movie. Him and
Okay.
Dolph don't. At least.
Cyborgs then.
The thing just controls them.
Okay.
It lets them
No,
be
definitely
cyborgs.
it's not cyborg because there's no robotniks inside of them
Well, then
But
how are
'cause
they
the
able to
doctor-
see through their eyes?
because they have a camera on.
They have that camera thing.
They're
but-
wearing a camera for
That's
the
what I
other
was
people
saying.
to
Was
watch.
that
also-
camera off when they were able to look through?
Oh no, no,
when
no.
the,
the other
were the
people.
other people able to see? No. Sorry, I thought you meant
That's
them. I was
what-
like,
oh, okay.
obviously
We thought you
they
meant the
ran around the
soldiers.
That's what
second
I
half
meant.
of
No,
the
no,
movie.
no. Like the people in the
Okay.
No.
the people in the chairs.
Yeah.
So baby's dad, the doctor that we meet at the end of the movie, explains it.
Oh,
They
I was
were-
like,
they
who the
were
fuck is
enhanced.
baby's dad?
The
Got
guy
it.
from Law and Order.
Got it.
Whose name we'll get to later because I
It's
don't
like
remember.
baby's daddy.
Botch? No, that's. So I was like Steve Bochco. Nope, that's Cop Rock.
Botulism.
But he says we discovered that if you put tissue, if it's been
If you-
dead,
Jerry
Hyper-
Orbach.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I just didn't know if they had cybernetic enhancements.
They
But I
got
don't think so.
they got steroid enhancements.
They got that
Well,
muscle milk.
I one of the IMDb trivia things, which isn't really trivia, it's just an opinion, but it was funny. Was
Trivia. I
often-
liked this movie.
often these are referred to as cyborgs, but because they were dead before they were enhanced, they're actually just zombies.
Oh, see, there we go.
True. Were they dead? Like, are they truly dead? Because there's a big difference.
Oh, they were
between
dead, and I mean,
Dead.
and truly dead.
that was
Dead.
that
Did
was
Billy
another.
Crystal go fucking put a little bellow in their mouth, squeeze some air in, and push on their stomach to blaze?
Well, they also another IMDb trivia thing was like, basically they die in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then the army comes in the morning to clean up the mess.
Uh-huh.
They're like, presumably this has been hours. Brain death would have occurred.
Yeah, they
They are
said
dead,
10
dead.
hours.
Mhm. Well, it means at least the next morning. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But so our three main Universal soldiers are supposed to be American soldiers in Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
We have Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's Belgian.
Yep.
It look.
We have Dolph Lundgren, who is a Swede.
Scott.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other mainish one, the one who makes it to the endish, most of the way to the end,
Eating the raw steak.
is Ralph Moeller, who is German.
Mueller.
Mueller, whatever.
Mueller.
Mueller.
Ralph Mueller's Day Off. That's what this movie could have been called.
I want to get the table. I'm this fucking sausage king of Chicago.
Derek did tell me that we had a Norris baby up in here. Chucky Norris' son.
Oh yeah, I've got some of the
Oh,
other
Carlos'
soldiers
son is
throughout
in here.
Yeah.
Is he the shorter soldier?
He
Blonde.
he's blondish. When they go into the hotel, there's an Asian one and
Yes.
a white one. He's
Yes.
the white one.
He's the shorter one.
Eric
Gotcha.
Norris, I want to say. And the Asian one is also a guy that you may or may not know because he's been in a bunch of movies. He's a stuntman.
Okay.
He's a martial arts like master, 7th level something.
Uh-huh.
But he's also the brother of Philip Rhee. His name is Simon Rhee. Philip Rhee, you probably don't know, but if you've ever watched Best of the Best,
Oh, yes, I have. I know exactly who he is
Philip
now.
Rhee is in all 4 of those. But
Yeah.
he's the main guy in there. That's not Eric
I'm
Roberts.
scared, man.
But Simon Rhee also showed up in Spawn, Blade, Showdown in Little Tokyo,
Sure.
all as like characters, not just a stuntman, but still like stuntman characters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then of course we've got Tiny Zeus Lister running around here.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
yeah.
Zeus Lister?
Tiny Zeus, Debo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I forgot his name was Tiny.
Yeah, rest in pictures.
Yeah, rest in
Aw.
pictures. His
Yeah,
name is
I
actually.
think a little bit ago, like years.
Yeah, it's
That's
been a
still
while.
sad.
He's
Oh, still
credited as Tom Lister because that's his real name.
Mhm.
People hadn't started calling him Tiny yet. He probably got that on Friday.
Wait till you get to the episode of Renegade with him. He is acting circles around Lorenzo Lamas.
Well, he's alive, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
At that point.
I don't think he has one line in this movie.
No, he does not. None of the soldiers
Do you count grunting?
No.
Then he has no lines.
None of the soldiers have lines.
Unlike
except for
Jean-Claude Van Damme, who had plenty of lines. They weren't speaking.
And all the
Van Damme
lines.
has. I mean, Dolph Lundgren has the most lines.
Yes.
In this movie, Van Damme has the second
This
most.
might be.
And then Ralph Mueller has one line, which is 1, 2, 3, right before he blows himself up.
Well, it sounds like he has 3 lines, Derek.
Well, that's all one line though.
Oh.
There's no interruptions.
Not according to me. They're all separate lines.
I get paid by the line.
There is a black officer when they're coming to collect the bodies, and I only bring him up because he looked familiar. He's in a
Yes.
movie called The Program, but it also made me think of something we're gonna have to do for Latchkey Vids. One season called The Mantis.
Oh,
I was
1994.
thinking about that one. That might be a pick
I
and choose episodes
remember.
thing
Because it's 22.
I think it was 2 seasons because it's 44 episodes.
IMDb has one season listed, 22 episodes, but maybe it's because you can't find the other one.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I looked it up somewhat recently, and I remember seeing 44 episodes. But maybe
If it's
who
44,
knows?
that's a pick and choose.
But either way, yeah, even 22, that's an awful lot. One more side thing: the weekend this movie opened, there may be a reason it didn't do insanely well in America, but it did. It made $10 million opening weekend.
Oh, that's where I got the 10 from.
It opened up
Psychic.
in second place behind A League of Their Own, which was
Oh,
not in its first.
boy.
That was not in its first week, I don't believe. It was in its second week.
Yeah.
But so that didn't help. It also opened up against Cool World. I want you to guess which one made more opening weekend. Was it Universal Soldier or Cool World?
Universal Soldier.
Yes, by almost double.
Yeah.
Cool World made 5.5 million opening weekend, and I didn't look it up, but I'm going to say that was also total gross.
Just guessing.
But so yes, we start in Vietnam, which is also shot in Arizona.
Very similar.
I'm wondering if that was Baghdad.
ecosystems.
No, this is a golf course in Kingman. They brought in some fake foliage and
Oh.
shit, but
This is Magic Carpet Golf.
Yeah.
You can tell by the giant tiki head in the background.
And the monkey.
It's just a monkey. They're trying to film a serious scene. And it's just like some clown. You're
you're gonna die, clown.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
But we start out, the first line we get is Jean-Claude Van Damme talking to this. He's like, "Where's the Sarge? What happened?" He's like, "He's fucking dead, man. The whole platoon's dead."
Yeah,
Doing his
dude.
best Dennis Hopper.
Hopper, yeah, dude. And he's out
Yep.
of this movie because he's like, I'm leaving. Kabloom.
And we have JCVD playing Luke Devereaux, going to Dolph Lundgren, who's playing Sergeant Andrew Scott.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew Scott here.
I am American.
I am definitely an American named Andrew Scott. He's doing better than fucking Cumbersnatch. What's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch. Like,
Yeah.
he's better. He's doing better than him. It's just, I know what Dolph sounds like. And especially like later on in the Expendables movie, he's just so like Stallone, but that can speak. And in this, he's like, I'm going to get you. Here I come, tickle, tickle.
But it does lead to some really fun deliveries.
Sorry. She great. He's going, hello there, Luke Devereaux. I'm going to get you. Tickle, tickle. Don't break the peckle. His body shouldn't make that noise. Like when it's him, just like, all right, soldier, let's follow orders. I'm all ears. Ha 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 ha.
It is funny though.
He listened to John Wayne and he's like, "That's who I gotta be."
It's a fucking-
All right,
it's
Pilgrim.
a German-built robot trying to take over America. That's what it is.
He's
Like,
Swedish, thank you.
I know, but it's a German. So Switzerland is German built.
I'm
Fucking,
been all
they've got you,
ears.
man. They fucking got you. I would rather him be like, I'm all ears. Look, she's listening. Can't you tell? This is a punny joke about ears. Oh, yeah,
Oh, you just so little.
Fuck. Toot spoot kaparka margan. These are ears. These are ears.
Why are you oddly fantastic at Swedish?
Because of Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, that's a great
I am
answer.
Oli. You are Sven.
Ah.
Yeah.
anyway-
It's the Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence episode. But he's basically, Dolph Lundgren has snapped. He's like, they're all traitors. They're all against us, even though they had already cleared this village and there were no Viet Cong. And he's killed everybody. He shoots this dude. He blows up this lady with a grenade. And
This is when we see the first of his ears, by the way. Like, we see him
yes.
actually
So
putting together
Yeah.
the ear necklace.
Yeah. So they're both dead. And then these two just fucking start firing at each other at the same time. And just, what other movie did this happen in? Something I saw somewhat recently where they're just firing at each other and it's just squib, 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 squib on both bodies as they're flying back. But
It sounds like Invasion USA.
possibly.
That's just maybe I'm thinking that because there's a lot of blood and squibs
No,
in
because
that.
there's no way Chuck Norris got shot in that movie.
Oh, that's true. Maybe, hold on. Maybe he was in between two bad guys. He's like, go ahead, shoot me. And just jumps straight up in the air.
Oh.
And they light each other up.
No,
I hope
the
that
other guy
jogged
didn't get
memory.
shot. I was like, oh, was it Cloak and Dagger? Because the kid tricks the two, but
Yeah.
I think the one guy just shoots the other guy. They don't shoot each other. Either way, there is a fun little thing. Just
Dead
speaking
Heat,
of,
is it Treat Williams, Dead Heat?
oh, possibly.
There
Oh,
is a point
yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
him and the other zombie guy, right?
Yeah.
Just unloading into each other.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
might be
doo,
what
doo,
I'm thinking
doo,
of, which
doo.
was not recently, but it's so fresh in my mind.
It's just a great scene.
But I want to tell a quick side story of someone else's. So there's another podcast. These people I would like to. I'm going to try to organize getting someone on here or vice versa.
Okay.
But they do a thing called "Give Me Back My Action Movies" / "Give Me Back My Horror Movies." They have like an alternating thing.
Yeah.
And the one guy who's the action movie guy is talking about his dad introducing him to Chuck Norris movies and all this stuff. And he, on their Bloodsport episode, he talked about how his dad didn't like Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he's like, and I'm sitting there going, that doesn't make any sense.
Because he's not American.
No, because his dad is like, no, he sucks because he just gets his ass kicked the whole movie and then he comes back and kicks their asses. He wants Chuck Norris, he wants Arnold, he wants Sly.
But that is a really valid point for almost every one of Jean-Claude's movies.
Yeah.
It's to
just,
rise above.
Yeah, but it's like it's just so lazy. Instead of, no, he's good, then this happens and he's bad. Like, it's just, he's going to get his butt kicked and then we'll figure out MacGuffin to make him not get his ass kicked.
Yeah, he just has to inject stuff into his heart.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Muscle milk, dude. Straight to the titty.
And so they get cleaned up. This colonel or whoever is like, pack him on ice, code zebra,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
He just says all the safe words.
It's like they're all MIA.
That's my new safe word, code zebra.
Code zebra.
Has to be something you're not going to say very
I was
often.
going to say, you're not going to say that
ap-
accidentally.
I say apricot all the time.
I was just gonna say mine is apricot.
My safe word is don't stop. It throws them off every time.
If you keep screaming stop, that means keep going. But
Oh,
when
yeah.
you say don't stop, you better stop.
You better stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. So we're at the Hoover Dam. There's a hostage situation. Some terrorists are doing something. Who cares?
Something hostage. Something
their
ransom.
comrades across the nation to be released.
It's basically The Rock, but without all the good actors.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Any of them.
And they're not in an island. They're by a cavern.
Well, they're on
Hoover
Hoover
Dam.
Dam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is, so they obviously shot at Hoover Dam, but I think the interiors here are the stuff that was shot in LA.
That tracks.
Yeah. So we have Colonel Perry, who's played by Ed O'Ross.
Mrs.
Colonel
White.
Perry.
And this guy, you may or may not know. He was in Full Metal Jacket. He plays Lieutenant Touchdown. He's the one that's leading them in the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the platoon that's got the guy on the phone with him all the time.
Uh-huh.
Or the
That
radio.
checks out.
It looks like a phone. Yeah.
It's a phone. There were phones.
He'll also be back, though, because he's in Action Jackson, Red
Ooh.
Heat.
Ooh.
And apparently he was in Another Midnight Run and Midnight Run Around.
What is that?
2 sequels to Midnight Run that came out in the same year together. So I'm sure they're good.
They have to be. There's Dexy and the Midnight Runners.
And then there's this FBI agent who has nothing to do, but I want to point him out because
Shaved head guy that's
Yeah.
in Seinfeld.
Or Scrubs.
Oh, it's right. He's got a bee in his bonnet.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Ned Bellamy.
Okay.
Dr. Green on Scrubs.
Yeah.
He's a surgical, what are the boss ones called?
Yeah.
Resident?
Not resident, the other one. Attending.
Attending?
There you go.
In Seinfeld, he's a he could be a Universal Soldier. He's wearing a sleeveless military fatigue vest.
Okay.
Whew.
Who is this?
The bald guy at the beginning. He's an FBI agent.
He's out of this movie
I
as
only-
quick as he's in.
He's only in
Okay.
the very first scene. I just noticed him because Scrubs. And we also meet Veronica Roberts, played by Allie Walker.
I love this girl.
She's a cop in SOA.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing I really knew her from.
I think
Uh,
she's family.
She's
I'm almost
also the
positive.
kid's mom in Kazam. so you should know her from that.
I didn't see that.
Not Shazam.
I know. The Shaq movie.
The one that actually exists in this universe.
I knew her
In
from
this
SOA,
universe.
but also it feels like it's an NBC show. Alley Walker this weekend.
They had Ally McBeal.
Well,
Because it's just a chick who does back alley crimes.
she was the
solves them.
star of a network television show called The Profiler.
She have
Or
a different
A-star.
hat? Does she have a different hat on all the time?
oh my god!
No,
Speaking
that's
of this
something
fucking
else.
hat, the hat that Allie's wearing,
What does she
This
have?
Jurassic Park hat.
she's got this little fedora thingy going on. It's not a fedora. It's more like a what is the
It's
not
a Jurassic Park hat.
It's not a Jurassic Park hat.
So, like you're talking about safari hat,
Yeah,
not,
it's like a,
not Whitney. Derek's talking about safari hat,
yeah.
and,
And
you're
it's-
talking about like a blossom hat,
no,
Cypress Hill.
kind of
Bucket
more like
hat.
it's not a bucket hat. It's more like the bucket hat, but it's not brim. It looks like a fedora without having the pinched top.
Like a derby,
Well,
a bowler.
But it's not like
No.
a.
it doesn't
hard
fit her
hat.
head either.
Like those are like hard. It doesn't matter.
I didn't
Hats
pay
are not
enough
important.
attention to this movie to recognize
It just
her
looks
hat.
dumb.
But she has
Hate
it
it.
on while she's driving up here. She's a reporter. She's driving up to report on the hostage situation. They send in the soldiers.
with great success. I mean, everyone, these SWAT guys watching, like they just covered 5 miles.
Yeah.
Like they're running down the fucking Hoover Dam, all dope as shit.
Yeah.
Was that 5 miles in under 4 minutes? Yeah, they're 8 seconds behind.
Yeah, everyone's like, dude, that's impressive. 8 seconds behind, bunch of pussies.
And Dolph Lundgren is already showing that, he's enjoying this. And one of the medic guy who I don't think it's a
Homeboy looks
name.
like he's enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be ridiculous.
I just watched him waffle stomp that guy's brains down a drain.
I think the one that's saying don't be ridiculous is Leon Rippey. He's playing Woodward.
Uh
The Patriot, Maximum Overdrive.
huh. Cuffs. Yes, Cuffs with Christian Slater, man.
I haven't seen that one.
Ooh, might be worth the watch. I own it.
Okay.
Not on Blu-ray.
Digital?
Digital.
Okay, so we're not going to actually watch it.
I can cast your TV right now.
It'll be on while we're talking and drinking because we'll be at your house.
All right. All right. I peek behind the curtain.
But so I think it's Ralph Mueller comes in as this fake maintenance guy. It's hard to
Yes.
tell because there's a couple of
No,
big
it's
burly
it's
dudes.
him. It's Mueller.
Mueller.
They analyze the situation. The guy with the bomb is in the back. So he walks in. The other 2 terrorists kill him.
Ooh, speaking of
Supposedly.
Jurassic Park, the Mexican dude, like one of the last ones he kills, it's in the very back. He's in, is it Jurassic Park 2 where Peter Stormare gets eaten by all the little Gallimimus?
I believe that's 2, yes.
So this is the guy that had the headphones on.
'Cause that's the one that starts with the little girl getting eaten by them, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's right.
number 2. That's
So it's
Lost
when the
World.
group's out there and he's like, hey, I got to go pee. And the guy had his headphones on so he didn't hear him.
Oh yeah, because he's one of the
Engine.
hunters.
Works
Yeah.
for Engine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm
or anything,
needy.
but we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople.
Patreon.com.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
Oh,
You can't afford your groceries,
can't eat.
but you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
Super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
Basically, he pretends to die. The terrorists walk past him. He sits up, shoots this guy. They save everybody. Van Damme has some flashbacks because there's these 2 people who look almost exactly like the 2 people
Same
who
actor,
got killed.
actress?
Yeah.
Is it the same
It's
actor?
the exact same actor and actress from the
Oh.
Vietnam segment.
That's rad.
So it's
We're
giving him
barely
flashbacks.
trying, folks.
And of course, the media knows about the Unisol program, but they don't know that they are cyborg zombies, whatever
yeah, call it what you want to call it.
they are. Super soldiers.
Keeping their identities private. They have families.
Yeah, exactly. And Allie Walker is like, hey, Huey, my intrepid sidekick who's definitely making it past the end of this movie.
I feel like he's gonna make it.
I feel like I can make it.
I've got an idea.
He's spunky.
So they go to break into the military encampment, which is always a good idea.
Just good journalism, if you ask me.
Meanwhile, they're questioning Van Damme about why he froze up, what's wrong with him. And he's like talking about how they were innocent, the village was cleared, and they're like, just wipe his memory, he'll be fine.
This seems like it's a bad thing, but we can get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even at some point Leon Rippey starts like, he's like, dude, I don't think this is right, yada yada, and the Colonel guy's like, dude, this is all off the books.
Yeah.
Like
I
this
can't be a part of this anymore.
Yeah, that's a little later, but it doesn't matter.
Sure, yeah.
It's
just funny how he's
fucking
like, no,
Van
this
Damme
is
movie.
all like you will get killed. You don't quit.
I
I
will-
black bag you.
his whole thing is kind of weird because he's the general or whatever Colonel is like,
Colonel.
what, you think the Pentagon would bankroll this operation, bringing back dead American soldiers? And I'm like, well, you also mentioned that these guys cost $1 million each. So
No.
250.
250 million each.
somebody bankrolled this.
Yeah, well,
Somebody
somebody,
in the
but it wasn't
government.
the Pentagon. It's the fucking CIA. Hey, I'll tell you what, Barb. There's a real good program bringing back some
Look,
of those American
The
soldiers.
CIA does not operate on American soil. We all know this. They say it.
He's
was
just
it,
trying to make sure we don't get raided.
Was it
You guys, the
Hoover
lights
or
are
Roosevelt?
dimming.
For what?
This-
Oh, J. Edgar?
J. Edgar was the FBI.
FBI. Who
Yeah.
did the CIA?
No one knows.
They've just always been there.
The Illuminati.
maybe.
The Illuminati boys was going to be the original
Ronald
name.
Reagan.
Oh, mommy. We're going to depose that country there.
But so she takes some pictures. One of the soldiers wakes up because she's using flash.
Mhm.
Not a great idea. Although I might wake up if this girl flashed me. She's cute.
Oh, she's very cute. She's like a... her eyes are enormous, by the way. She's like a sexy Holly Hunter.
hmm
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, Holly Hunter is kind of sexy as long as she's not talking because she sounds an awful lot like Gary Busey.
That's why I find her so hot. Why don't you come over here? Take off my panties. Use your teeth.
Wow.
The fucked up thing is Gary Busey has said that too.
How do you think I did the impersonation so fast, dude? I have it on fucking speed dial.
Isn't she the mom on The Incredibles?
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Holly
Or
Hunter?
it's Nick Nolte. I'm Elastigirl. I can stretch. And you know the best thing about being Elastigirl? You save money on teeth.
Did you know he never saw The Incredibles?
Look at this badonka-donk.
I am thicker than a Snicker. I'm not surprised that Derek hasn't seen the
I've seen it
Incredibles.
now.
Well,
No,
but I wouldn't be surprised if he hadn't.
Yeah.
Because the second one was coming out, and I was really excited to see it. And he's like, "Why?" I was like, "You need to watch the first one."
I think it's great, but it's not like one that I think it's like you're missing out. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
but he's a nerd. I love
yeah,
you.
but he watches Avengers. Incredibles.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Incringers.
The Incringulars. Let's get back to the story.
But so she tries, they catch her, she tries to get away, and Dolph Lundgren's mission is to take the film, bring the civilians into the base, and instead he shoots this dude right in the fucking face. Oh, we didn't mention that they try to get away, and Huey is driving.
Where
And
the fuck is he going?
I don't
dude?
know. He immediately drives into this half
Transformer.
ramp and flips this fucking station wagon over, and it's like, whoops.
She's got a great line. She's like, do you think we lost him? Nope. I don't think you did.
Dolph Lundgren shoots that dude in the fucking head.
Yeah, he does.
Because he is snapping, but he's like, you said get the fucking film back.
Yeah.
I'm getting the film back.
Look, I'm doing the mission.
A good soldier follows orders to the T.
You didn't say don't kill the civilians. You said bring them into the base. You didn't say dead or alive.
Look, here's the thing. Dolph here. I thought it'd be easier to take the film off of a dead body instead of trying to get it off an alive person. Thank you for coming to this TED Talk.
Thank
His
you
Dolph
for coming.
talk. His
Yes,
Dolph
that's what I was
talk.
going to say. My Dolph talk. So Van Damme takes Veronica. They try to get away. They stop him because he's still got his headset in. And she's like, what the fuck's your problem? She takes it off because she realizes it's a camera.
I am confused.
And she throws it out and they take off. Oh, he's bleeding through a hole in his body.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, oh man, we better stop that. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Cigarette lighter from the car and just cauterizes that shit. She's just like,
What the fuck?
Also, by the way,
Can-
when he gets naked later, that hole's going all the way through. So he cauterized one side. He's still bleeding out of his back.
Yeah,
It's
it's fine.
they didn't program him smart. Oh, dude, also the smell. Can you crack a window?
That was my first thought. I was like, he just shoved that in there. And she like didn't notice till she looked down. I'm like, no, you would have been like, Why does it smell
Ugh.
like really bad barbecue in here?
Did
I
you
bet it
burn
smells
some
good.
Slim Jim? Smells like burning Slim Jim. Oh God, it's your fucking flesh.
You really think people smell like Slim Jim burning?
No.
Well, he's French, so it smells like frog legs.
Yeah.
Well, he's Belgian, but
Well,
I mean,
he's
frog legs.
Cajun.
That smells good.
Luke Devereaux is Cajun.
Luke Devereaux.
Yes,
The gumbo was a tragedy.
and he's related to Chance because isn't it Devereaux also?
Yeah.
yeah, that's funny. Luke Devereaux is Chance Devereaux's uncle.
Hard target.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Dude, yeah, high five yourself.
Which means that this version is also related to Uncle Duvet,
Wilford fucking Brimley.
which is why there was a shotgun in the house. But so they run out of gas, and he just pushes this truck, as she says later on, faster than my mother drives.
Yeah, we see it go at least to 30.
And they get to this hotel, the Lucky, what is
Court.
it? The Lucky Motor Court. And as soon as they pulled up, I was like, it's not so lucky.
This does not look like
I've seen this movie before. I know how this is going.
But that's like calling like the A1 or like Star 1 hotel.
yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Even if you haven't seen
Well,
this
the
movie
Star One
before,
Hotel. That's just a nice way of saying one
the
star.
1 star.
even if you haven't seen this movie before, you know where this is going by the Lucky Ert Motel.
Yeah.
But there's this snotty fucking desk clerk who gets them to overpay for a room. But you know what? Joke's on him. Van Damme is
$20 for security
Because
deposit.
yeah, it started with that. He's like, well, that's gonna be a co-occupancy. I
Yeah, it's
believe
$50.
that's
Oh, actually, it's
$10.
10 more. Oh, and a $20 security deposit.
And also, you want me to not watch you change? That's gonna be extra.
Yeah, you want me to not look through my fucking
Camera that I have in every
Norman Bates
Did
hole?
you want one-way mirrors
Oh.
or two-way?
room. Did you happen to hear what Mom is listening to?
No.
The 3 F's: fantasy, fun, and fuck. What was the third
I don't
one?
remember. You said something, and I was like, "What the fuck is she talking
Fellatio. I don't know, but it was
about?"
definitely.
Fornication.
Wait, what?
The Mom's is watching some porn.
I mean, she's pretty excited to see a naked man later.
Yes.
Well,
She
it's a
is.
naked Jean-Claude Van Damme from 1992.
Oh, sure.
Come
I'm
on.
excited now.
He's got a nice
Speaking-
butt.
Yeah, speaking of naked Van Damme, he go into the room and he's like, "Oh, cool, air conditioning. I've got to cool off because I'm overheating because I'm a robot."
Yeah.
So he just strips butt ass naked and stands in front of the AC, and I'm like, "You've been there."
Yep. Been
speaking
there.
of Made in Arizona,
Yeah.
I've been to some of these hotels where like you get out of the car after being on the road, you're like, "My AC was on, I'm still sweating."
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been there, and I'm not a universal soldier. Just heavy set drunk.
I'm just a fat guy.
Just a big old fat guy from Arizona.
But she tries to
Me
go
too.
out to go make a phone call because the phones aren't working because Dolph Lundgren destroyed the
Training.
phones.
The
Yeah.
very first thing you take out is
Well, and that's why Van Damme knows something's coming. Every time the soldiers
lights go
start
out?
doing something, like later on in the movie, the lights go out. He's like, "My spidey sense is
get
tingling.
down.
Here it comes. It's coming.
What
so am I
accents?
in
My-
the moment.
My Cajun sense is tingling."
I can feel it in
My
my red
Cajun
beans and my
sparkles.
rice.
My Cajun sparkles.
Cajun sparkles is good.
My Popeye's chicken is tingling.
Is it- Oof.
But so he follows her
My
out.
beignets are inflicting.
He follows her out butt naked. And I love
It
that
is
the
not safe.
hotel clerk guy is like, "What the fuck?" But then he's like, "Mom, come look at this shit.
And
You're
she's
gonna
like,
want to
She's
no, it's
licking
you're
her
gonna want to
lips.
see this," is what he says. And I think he means you're gonna want to see this craziness. But she's like, "You're right, I did want to
Oh,
see
you're
that."
damn right. I want to see that. Look at that fucking sweet dick.
I think I may have mentioned it before, but I think this whole thing is the reason my mom always watched Van Damme movies because
She
she's not
always
like
got
an
a little
action
butt.
movie person.
And
But
not only is it a
he's-
good butt, this might be the only movie we don't seem to do the splits in that I can think of.
Yeah, he's always showing his butt. He's always taking off shirts and pants.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta give
what's
the wife
one
something to
double
want to go see the movie
double
too.
team
With
Dennis
him
Rodman?
and Dennis Rodman's double team.
when he's doing the leg training. He's just
Uh-huh.
wearing like the shortest of shorts.
Okay, and Double Impact, one of the beginnings of that, it's him in a fucking male leotard, and he's doing the splits, and it shows like pretty much his butthole covered in a fine layer of fabric.
Oh, Ali Walker is about to get a good look at his butthole.
Yeah, good.
But there's a fun
He's
thing
been-
here.
Sorry, this is the most amount of sleeveless time in a movie that's not about basketball. There is so much lack of sleeves in this movie.
Yeah,
not a
I-
Okay
complaint.
with it.
I was always under the impression that military uniforms were exclusively sleeves.
Yeah, dude. But if you take off your uniform, just put the flak jacket on, you're good to go. It's a good look. But then even once later he gets rid of that, he puts on the fucking mechanic shirt. Guess what? Mechanic shirt came without sleeves. He's fucking sleeveless in Seattle over here.
But like he's like, I need to cool
Sleeveless
off.
and Kingman, maybe.
That's how you should live.
The AC.
You probably have an ATV.
The AC is not doing enough, so he's like, I need ice.
Uh-huh.
There's a fun story about the ice. So most of the ice they required for filming, which was estimated at about 880 pounds for all the different.
Areas.
It's Arizona, so they shoot it and they're like,
Ooh,
we're gonna
yeah,
have to
what
reuse
time
that
of
ice.
year?
Yeah,
right?
you have one take per bag of ice.
I don't know when they were filming it. But
I'm judging like probably July by lack of sleeves.
there's a lot of times
because
Arizona
she's
movies.
not very wet.
Well, a lot of times Arizona movies. Oh, she's fucking wet as fuck. She's running around with a naked bitch ACVD.
Dude, when she
I
checks
think
out
she's a lesbian, so I don't think she is.
character
I
or
don't know,
actress?
man. I'm
Actress.
straight.
Okay.
I'm straight, and I'm wet.
Oh yeah, I'm straight and I would look that butt in the eye.
You've seen one penis, you want to see them all, right?
Is that how that works?
Yes,
Because I've
for
seen
me.
my penis and right now I don't want to see them all.
I'm gonna say that's probably how it works if you like penises, because I've seen at least one set of boobs, and I'll see them all.
I
Valid
know for
point.
a
It's a
fact you've
valid
seen
point.
more than one set
But
of
I'm
boobs.
saying, like, you've seen one set of boobs, you've seen one boob,
you
you
want to
see them all.
Yeah, I don't even need a set.
But apparently, it was all acquired from a local 7-Eleven. All this ice was, and the manager of the store, a guy named Joaquim Alvarez,
Okay.
was invited on a tour of the Nugget Ice Company Corporation or Nugget Ice Corporation factory because his sales figures were so high.
What a shit ass prize. Do you want to see how the ice is made? No. Can I get like a bonus? No. We're gonna show
Look,
you how the ice
come
is
to the
made.
ice factory.
Come
Is there a secret to it, or do you just freeze water?
No, like you've worked
He's
in
on to us.
You've worked in restaurants when you get a newbie that's like a kid, and you're like, "Yo, go get me some ice mix."
Oh yeah, there's always like find a way to get to the basement. You know what though? If this was filmed in July, I would take an ice factory tour. Like, oh my god, it feels.
I bet
so
it's really
fucking
hot,
good.
actually.
And
Ugh.
who knows?
Like when you go to an ice cream shop, it's really warm inside
Oh,
because all the
gross.
coolers are putting off the heat.
Valid.
But hey,
She's
he
speaking
got
truths.
he got some kind of recognition, and it's just because he happened to work at a 7-Eleven in fucking Baghdad or Kingman
Yeah,
or
but the
wherever.
problem is the people the couple that own that specific 7-Eleven bought like a brand new house because they're like, dude, our numbers are through the roof. Not realizing it's all gonna crash, and it just came to a fucking halt. You don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, but they bought
he
a house in
started selling
1990.
his body for drugs, and she started buying it. Fucking weird relationship.
My own wife is paying me for sex.
Lucky.
The money's not going anywhere.
This is-
I write
I
her a
don't
check;
think
it
you
goes
know-
right back into the bank.
I don't think you know how the economy works.
I need to cash this check.
There's
I
a
need-
$1 service fee.
She goes in. I'm going to deposit this. It's your own account. Okay, let me cash it. Can I deposit this cash? So, this is Ash Fork because this is where I see this. I wrote it down here because there's a big thing that says Ash
It's like a
Fork Auto
fireplace
Parts.
tool. Honey, hand me the ash fork.
Yeah.
The Universal soldiers are approaching. That's where we see Simon Rhee and Eric Norris. They go in. They just open fire on this fucking hotel, and Van Damme is just running through walls.
Dude, he's like a fucking Kool-Aid man of cocaine. Oh yeah.
And these actually weren't walls that were constructed for this. This was all improv.
Yeah,
No.
this was not scripted wall running.
There was definitely that first wall had like grass on the inside of it. I don't know if you saw that.
It was shoddy at best. But I just thought that was part of this shitty ass hotel.
Probably.
That's,
it's
yeah, I was
their
going to say that doesn't have
insulation.
anything to do with it being a set. That
It's
has to
yucca
do.
plant. That's what it was.
They're like, we need new insulation. We've got insulation.
Yeah, this is built off the bones of Ocotillo.
There is this couple that's fornicating, and he goes through all the walls, gets to the last one. It's a brick wall.
So go through it, buddy.
So the soldiers come in looking for him. Yeah, she does tell him, go jump through that wall. And he just looks at her like, what the fuck are you talking? This
Bitch,
movie,
you jumped through that wall.
this movie is really fucking funny. And it's not like telling you it's supposed to be funny.
right.
Like this scene where she's like, jump through that wall. He just looks at her. It's not like a prolonged, like, what did you say kind of look. It's just more of a like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And they cut away from it. It makes it funnier.
It does.
But the soldiers come in looking for them. They can't find him. Turns out they're both hiding in bed with this naked couple. Because this gun just comes up from under the sheets and it's like, do you have a car?
I'm like, dude, if I'm this couple, I'm like, stay there until they're gone. They're not gone yet. Maybe a little bit of oral sex from both of you on me and my girlfriend would help just like really convey the situation. They're still not gone. You keep going down on me and I'll let you know when to get up, Jean-Claude.
Which one do you want me to do?
Yeah.
That would be me, sir.
Yeah. I didn't know you were gay. I didn't either. I looked outside and I saw you walking around naked earlier and thought, I like that. And I came in here and sex with my girlfriend. I thought, I like that.
This glistening wet man.
Like, what a great foursome. You know, because these are two good-looking young people.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, fucking old alley walker.
Two good-looking people.
And naked Van Damme comes in. You're like, whoo. Oh, happy birthday to me.
But so they take this guy's car. It's a sweet ass old car. I don't know what it is.
Buick, maybe 57.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a 57.
But it's got them big ass fins on it.
Oh.
I had gotten this conflated with the upcoming gas station scene. So I thought they were going to blow up this whole place. But no, it might as well. Because he drives this car right through the lobby of this fucking hotel. And that old lady's just sitting there while the car drives by like, what?
I mean, and it's just Swiss cheese. Anything he didn't drive through got turned into Swiss cheese.
And that's
by either
where
his body or by bullets.
And we get mom saying a $20 deposit.
Yeah, this fucking creep is never going to live that down.
Oh, no. Well, luckily the military's going to kill him before they leave.
That's fair. I was going to say, I was like, don't say the military's going to pay for this. You're
no,
right.
God, no. They're going to leave mom alive because she's senile. They're just going to give her a gun and tell everyone else that she did it.
Yep. I mean, they're already doing that, right?
Yeah, everything is already on Veronica. She doesn't look like a Veronica.
No.
She goes
Veronica
by Ronnie.
Vaughn.
She goes by Ronnie.
Okay, Ronnie works for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we see on the news that they're saying that she killed Huey and that there was cocaine and other illicit substances found at the crime scene. So
Jean-Claude's like, oh, we have to turn around. I have left my cocaine behind. That's what makes me a universal soldier.
Stolger?
Stalger.
So they're taking off. He does have this funny thing of he's like, buckle up.
Hold
It's
on.
for your safety.
Sorry, I do need to
You said a gunfight. You want me to buckle up?
So when they're in the hotel before the Unisouls come, she does grab all the ice and she has him in the bathtub with all the ice. And the motel guy's like, what's she doing with all the fucking ice, dude?
Oh, his
And
penis
then-
is too big for me to have sex with.
And then she sees that he's healing in the ice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your scar. Oh, or your wound. And she's like, oh, that's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, because when they're healing, they heat up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know the guy said it's enhanced genetics or whatever the fuck bullshit science term he says, but there's got to be some kind of computer bleep bloop going on. Because
I mean, there would have to be.
why else would you heat up like that? I mean, I guess if your body's working overtime.
I mean, it's kind of the plot of that. I know it's a comic book, but the Vin Diesel movie, Bloodspot.
Oh, you mean this movie?
Yeah.
That came out in 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, Universal Bloodspot.
not blood sport, bloodshot.
Bloodshot.
Yeah.
That's right. I said blood spot because that's just the whole thing is that big spot on his fucking chest.
Yeah.
Is that the Talking Head song?
Yeah. We watch it and it starts with the fucking Reservoir Dogs scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy even, Vin Diesel even says, he's like, okay, Reservoir Dogs, like calm down over there.
Mhm. Well, you can't make me want to watch that movie.
I know. We were watching it because it was 2020 and what the fuck else were we doing?
That's yeah.
And that came on, and my first thought was, I could just watch Reservoir Dogs. Vin Diesel's not in it.
Yeah, why am I watching this? Don't remind me that Reservoir Dogs exist when I'm watching your movie.
But so that's where we get the what accent scene, which is funny. They get to this last stop gas station.
Oh, what accent? I do not know what you are from.
Yeah,
I
because
am
she's
from
like,
Chicago.
she's like, where? She says about where are you from, or you're from somewhere from the south
Are
or
you
whatever.
French? Are you German?
Oh, are you
What is
French? Or,
happening?
yeah, and she's like, it would explain the accent. What accent?
Oh, mon chéri.
So they go to the last stop gas station. Last stop for 62 miles, and I was like, well, that's not very far. And then I saw the car again, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
a full
this is
tank.
this is 6 to 8 miles. 8 on a good day, my friend.
And this is the desert of Arizona. This is not a good day.
This is not a good day. Yeah. Also, you're gonna burn through more gas by lugging around the water you need to put in your radiator.
And
Yeah.
this guy foresees the death of his gas station because his line to them when he wakes up, the gas station attendant is, "Hey, lady, no smoking by the pumps."
Leash to your worries in a minute.
We get a fun scene here because he like drags her into the bathroom and he's like, "They must be tracking me," and he starts stripping down again, and she's like, "Not again!" Like,
Just,
what?
Can you at least leave your pants on? Nope. Okay. Got it.
Already off. I'm already comfortable naked. Sorry.
And so he's like, he turns his back to her and then puts her hands around him. He's like, "Find something hard."
Yeah, and she's like feeling him down, and he gets down, and I'm assuming he gets a boner because he's like, "Is that supposed to be there?"
Yeah.
And she's
Yep.
like, "No, that is
Perfectly normal.
correct."
Perfectly normal, especially when I'm touching a man. Hey, why don't you let me just go feel around for something hard on you?
So she's like, "Oh, I found something in your leg here," and he's like, "Okay, cut it out." And she's like, "What now?"
Well,
So he's like, "Okay, I'll do
bends
it."
over.
Well, he says cut it first, but then he just bends down and looks at her between his legs, and I'm like, this girl is looking directly into his soul.
You can
Right
see-
into the eye of the maw.
if you look up at the top of the picture, you see a white banana hammock.
Oh,
Well,
really?
yeah, I
You
mean,
see his nutsack.
She pointed that out, and I was like, I would hope he was wearing underwear. Like-
Not by choice. That was insurance made him.
We can't give this girl a heart attack. She's only in her 20s.
Don't point that thing at me, dude. Could go off at any minute. Like that.
She's like,
wagon
I
you're
learned something
dragging."
about myself today. I'm into butt stuff.
Yeah. His mind don't matter. I like butt stuff.
So yeah, he does a bend and spread, and he cuts it. She pulls it out.
It's
And
just
needs
such
to
a
lay
con-
down.
Does the old bend and spread.
Well, he's been to prison.
Has he? Oh, yeah, death warrant.
Aww.
Well, that's where that lives.
The soldiers all show up. They break into this place, and they just open fire. But he set up a fucking Kevin McAllister trap in here.
Yeah. Also, listen to our episode of Cop Rock. This is just a fucking guy's, the chief of police's office.
Yeah, because it's
You
got that.
sideways swindling gut buster.
It's almost the exact same dude too.
That's
like the
all I
cutout.
thought of
That-
was like,
it's-
this isn't the office of fucking Cop Rock. Have a little tact. You can't just go shooting your guns off at this thing.
I don't know. Ronnie Cox might be around somewhere.
Yeah.
He could have played.
He's not
going to
make your movie worse.
No, he could have played the Colonel. Oh, real quick. Speaking of this Colonel, I told you some other movies he was in, but I noticed too. So there's a Men in Black cartoon. There was a Men in Black like animated series.
No.
Okay.
Well, there was.
It does sound familiar now.
It doesn't matter because no one watched it. But
I'm saying no, I
it
don't
existed.
know. Of it.
He plays K in that, so he's doing.
Oh, he's
so
doing
I could-
Tommy Lee Jones.
And then listening to this guy talk in this movie, I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
He could do a Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like Tommy Lee Jones, but he could.
Ooh, we'll have Tommy Lee Jones on here soon for Firebirds.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, no, we already did. That was last week.
Time travel. Was I good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we recorded it. Don't you remember?
Was I good?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Were you there?
Was it good
No,
for you?
I just got here into this consciousness.
I mean, you were there because it was remote. That's our first main
Oh,
feed
that's
episode
right.
that'll have video available
Oh,
for
yeah.
some of our
So I guess we'll
viewers.
see if it was good.
But yeah, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
This
I'm
fucking...
the one that didn't make it.
And this fucking gas station goes up like nobody's business. And it's like a huge explosion. And I was like, that was pretty good. Followed by another explosion. And it's like one of those explosions that just build and build and
Uh-huh.
build.
It just kept hitting all the other tanks.
And the reason they couldn't find these guys is because the trunks of all these beat up old cars are filled with ice. And that's
Dolph
where they're
noticed.
hiding. Yeah. He found the ice.
Yeah.
He's like, I do like
I
that
know your tricks.
the gas station attendant is hiding in one, and he like comes out, and then they go to steal the other car and take off, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going back in here.
Ice bath sounds nice.
He's like, I'm gonna lock myself in this trunk. Sure, it's the Arizona desert. I've got ice. Someone will find me before I die. They do break into the truck. They steal a bunch of files, which I feel like never really comes to anything. I mean, they have information later, but
it
we
does.
don't
It
see
comes
look
to
at it.
we get Dr. Gerber.
That's how we get Dr.
Oh, that's
Gerber.
right. She's reading about Dr. Law and Order.
Yeah.
Dr. Daddy.
Dr. Law.
Dr. Daddy.
Dr. Daddy's the worst thing.
I love it.
It's the worst thing you've said this year. It's early.
Are you sure?
That you said to me that I've heard.
That
Dr.
you
Daddy.
that you can recall.
Dr. Daddy's awful.
I rang the new year in with you.
It's like I'm role playing as
Dr.
somebody's.
Daddy.
You made it worse.
Okay, how about this? Dr. Daddy Law.
No,
That's worse.
That's worse. Because now it's like a legal Dr. Daddy.
Boop boop beep doop, Dr. Daddy.
Nope.
He is making it
He's making it worse, dude. He locked eyes with you. He looked you right into the
did.
soul.
He
I wish we had video for that. I'm glad we didn't because we'd lose people. As soon as they watch Derek stare down the lens of the camera and say,
Well,
Dr. Daddy.
especially because the way our setup is when we're recording here, we're sitting in the same places. So my camera, the back of it is to her.
yeah.
So I would have looked dead into the camera and been like, Dr. Daddy.
All right. I'm sorry
Someone
I
would
said that. I'm sorry,
at least
sir.
3
Do you
people.
see what you've done?
3 people would have came and 50 people would have quit listening.
And one guy would have had a confused boner. His name would have been Jack.
But so they drive away, but Dolph Lundgren's hiding in the back seat, and he tries to Garrett fucking Garrot. Garrot, is that what it's called?
Oh, the piano wire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries to do that to Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Which they don't breathe, right?
I
No,
think
they do.
breathe.
You can kill them again.
They breathe, they could just be brought back.
Because we've seen a
Ah,
little bit, they can't bring back one of the.
That's right.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah, Debo dies at a
It
Bash's.
is him. That's right.
Yeah, Debo's dies at a Bash's of all places, dude.
Bashes. Well, everybody dies at a Bashes
Speaking of
if
Maiden,
you, if you work
Arizona.
there.
Because Eddie Basha, he ran for governor.
Yeah.
I think he was some kind of politician muckety muck here in
Yeah,
Arizona.
probably Republican.
I'm sure.
Just guessing.
Did
So did God. God ran for governor.
he?
That's an
Well-
Arizona, a Tucson thing for people that don't know.
Oh, he
There
was
was a
the
bar
owner of a
owner
bar.
named God.
Jim.
Don't matter. He legally changed it to God.
It's just funny statement if you don't know anything about it. Like, well, God ran for governor.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. That's right.
What?
The meat rack.
Like, I'm glad we don't have a fucking guest on that's not from here. It'd be so confusing.
But we get a great dummy right here because Van Damme
Oh.
crashes into this pile of shit. Not actual pile of shit. This isn't Back to
Rubbish.
the Future. And this Dolph Lundgren dummy goes flying through the window. And it's
fun.
it's
And she
Ali
gives
Walker.
I think, a fall flat line.
Oh, yeah?
He should have buckled up.
I thought it was funny.
It got out of me.
Right.
That's how funny it was. It was a
All right. Fair.
they get away. Mission is canceled. GR13, who is Dolph Lundgren, get back in the truck. Like, listen to me right now. And he just shoots this colonel right in the fucking eye.
Square in the eye.
For some reason, he's just randomly wearing glasses while they're there. He's
Yeah,
not
he hasn't
wearing
worn glasses the rest of the movie.
Oh,
I can
yeah?
tell you
beginning of
why.
the movie.
Okay.
It's
Because-
for the squib.
Because the squib is built into the glasses.
Makes
the,
sense.
the lens will shatter and fill with blood, and so it looks like he gets shot in the eye.
Yeah.
These awesome.
Hold on, I might
effects.
reading glasses before I go discipline this guy.
Well,
They
he
don't
was
call me Dr.
I need-
Daddy for nothing.
he was in the truck getting ready, and like they got there, and he's like, "Fuck, I didn't have time to put in my contacts yet." Glasses.
He's like, it's
They woke him up
dusty.
for this.
I gotta protect my eyes from the dust all around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not used to that Arizona dust.
Nope.
Oh no, you never get used to that. It gets everywhere.
But they're trying to. The people inside the truck are trying to call the colonel. Dolph Lundgren comes walking in. He can't hear you.
What you
Couple
don't
of-
know is he's holding up 2 ears.
Yep, 2 ears. Gross. Also awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like they're rubbery. If you chew on them, they'd be like.
Oh, I like them in production wise. I'm like, they are rubbery. I mean,
Real ears are probably rubbery too.
It's cartilage. It's
well,
like
you know, you ever
soft
had
cartilage.
you try to bite a pig's ear.
Like
Not-
raw.
The problem is catching the pig.
Have you ever smelled mothballs?
Yeah.
How'd you spread his little legs? So,
Have you not heard that?
No.
What is that originally from? Is that Tommy
I don't know.
Boy?
It's something I've heard. Something I know from a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a classic old joke. Have you ever smelled mothballs? Yeah. How'd you spread the little legs? Have you ever
don't
been
s-
caught masturbating in the closet?
Never.
That's a really good hiding spot then.
I've never masturbated in a closet.
That's not part of the joke.
I do it while driving down the road, and I make
Hey,
eye contact
hey,
with everybody I park next
Hey,
to.
Derek, do you remember your first blowjob?
No.
Do
Was there a joke there? Am I supposed to say yes?
you remember your first blowjob?
Yes.
How'd you get the taste out of your mouth?
There we go.
There it
All right.
is.
I said no because I was like, is that where the joke
You're
goes?
like, I know what he wants from me.
I've got a 50-50 shot of answering this
Yeah,
question
yeah.
to continue the joke.
You kiss them.
But Dolph Lundgren comes
Assert
in.
dominance.
I'm giving the orders from now on.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm Dr. Daddy now.
What did I start?
New name of a bad guy.
We get a nice scene at this diner where Jean-Claude Van Damme discovers the joys of eating food.
I like watching this man eat, and
He
he's
is-
got a boyish charm right here.
Yeah, he's
Well, he
so
watches the old
excited.
man first, and he's like, "Okay, what do I do?" And he just mimics the old man,
Uh-huh.
and then with the mashed potatoes,
It might be
ooh,
it
those
might
are
be
good
some of
mashed
his best
potatoes.
acting though.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a really good performance because it's like he's like, okay, this is how I eat, sure. But then he does it. He gets to the mashed potatoes. He's got the potatoes and the meat in his mouth, and he's like, oh fuck.
My
Okay.
God.
He hasn't had cocaine yet on this shoot, and he's like, "I have not eaten."
he's not acting, is what you're saying.
It's
Yeah, this is him the
real.
next day.
He's
He's like,
"This is what food tastes like."
holy shit.
I haven't eaten in weeks.
I've
They
had
smoke-
nothing but a
He
fucking
smoked some weed.
case of wine and a plate of Coke.
I've had nothing but cocaine and protein powder. I almost said propane powder.
I sniffed them both. I sniffed them both, by the way. Works faster.
So he's mowing down these fucking specials. This lady keeps bringing it out. But after she's brought him,
She is such a
12
bitch, by the
specials?
way.
Oh, the way she slaps it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get out of
because
here.
she's
It-
brought
even
him
the
all this
first
food.
order has just been like thrown on the table.
well, yeah, and then she brings him all this food, and then she's like, you have a way to pay for this? He doesn't say anything. And she's like, we got a fucking deadbeat out here. And I'm like, well, maybe he doesn't speak English, bitch.
This could easily be a simple person too. Like,
yeah.
I can't
Look
think, like,
how-
on the spectrum.
I'm not
This
the
could
only one
easily
here.
be-
She's
you-
on the phone.
Yeah, wait for her to get back first. Then we
Look
have a
how
problem.
excited he is to eat. He's probably not 100% above board there.
He
Yeah.
probably hasn't
Yeah.
had food in 25 years.
He
Yeah.
definitely hasn't. They just feed him serum.
Yep, just nipple milk.
That's how he gets so taut.
Isn't all milk nipple milk?
But we get our first
Not almond
Van
milk.
Damme.
You don't think an almond's a nipple?
We don't get it. We get our. We do, but
I have almonds. Derek, can you milk me?
Almonds.
we get our first.
No, he can't because he was definitely allergic to almonds, sir.
we get our first Van Damme kick
Woo!
Yeah,
of
an
the movie.
hour
an
and
hour
3
and 3
minutes in.
minutes. Yeah.
His first, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a long time. This is his least kicky movie.
He didn't kick. I guess he didn't kick
Nope.
one of the terrorists.
No, he's
I
just been
thought,
using a gun up till now.
yeah. He might have given a punch to the face.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
it. Because I was
No
like, clock
kick,
it. It's
wow.
his first kick.
Yeah.
Good clocking.
Thank you.
And there's this diner fight. All these big, tough sea bass motherfuckers trying to fight him.
There was a diner fight.
He, of course, takes everybody out. One of these guys goes through the plate glass window, and that's how Ali Walker
Oh, but he
finds
also
out.
now he gets popcorn too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that guy's like, you better put that shit down. I'm gonna whip your.
Because she comes in after he throws that dude through the window. She comes in and looks. All the old people are all that's left, and they're just staring at him.
How was your
and
lunch?
he's just sitting there, like, smiling like a fucking child and eating popcorn.
Good lunch.
I
Huh?
like
He looks like
popcorn.
it's like that meme of Michael Jackson from the Thriller video.
Oh my gosh, yes. All these old people in the diner, they're all the people that live in this town. This is probably Kingman.
Oh yeah, I saw those cowboy hats.
This is chloride. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kingman's almost like
the entire town is there for
out
this
of all the
filming.
towns I listed, aside from maybe Prescott and Sedona, but back in the early '90s, Kingman is the most an actual town.
Prescott's a town.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying.
well, it's more of a
aside from Prescott and Sedona, because there are quite a few people who live there too. But like Chloride, Baghdad,
Kingman is meth.
fucking whatever I said all these cities were.
Ashford.
Fallout Town.
Fallout Town. I would go visit.
Let's go get by ourselves
Ground
a
Zero,
town.
Arizona. Oh, that's not a funny joke after 2020. There was Ground Zero.
Oh,
What? No, we weren't.
Because nobody would wear a fucking mask.
Oh,
we didn't believe in them. But they believed in us.
you did.
I did.
You were good. Who's a good boy?
I'm a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Guess who
But-
didn't like getting sick?
Meanwhile, back on the super bus, Dolph Lundgren.
Love a super bus, by the way. This is a fucking. It's not even a war wagon. This is a fucking apocalypse train.
Every
It's an
time it pulls up
RV.
somewhere, it has to like fold out like a big fancy RV because that's
Uh-huh.
where all the people are stored.
The people and the computers. So you can see the computers are part of the thing they go out.
Yeah.
So you got more room
Well,
for guys in
presumably,
chairs.
presumably when it folds in, it's just like rows of soldiers, and then when
Yes.
it comes out is when they can access their seats and computers and shit.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's a fucking apocalypse train for sure.
Love it.
Yeah.
But
Think of the cash.
Leon
on that.
Rippey comes up to, or he goes to Dolph Lundgren. He's like, "Hey, can I have a word with you?" And he holds up his necklace. I'm all ears.
I'm all ears.
See, I had some stuff in my head for his delivery, and now I can't do anything but think about yours. So I'm just doing
Because
normal
it's just,
voice.
it's not him. I know him personally.
I mean, this
I
is,
read
this
him
is 2
bedtime
years
stories.
after Dark Angel, which we just recently discussed, and he was doing pretty good in that too.
He's better than Jean-Claude Van Damme at hiding. Like Jean-Claude's never tried to hide his accent, by the way. But he's better at I almost feel like I want to see a universe where they switch roles, because Dolph is good at being the quiet, stoic type, and a coked out Jean-Claude would be so good at manic. Like, hey, I'm all ears. Get it? Look at this. Dangle, dangle.
I don't think Van Damme did the villain thing until
Expendables 2.
Expendables 2, yeah.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't-
no, you're
I-
not. Because the first movie he did, which he barely spoke English, Never Retreat,
Oh,
Never
Never
Surrender.
Retreat, Never Surrender.
He's the bad guy there,
Or
but
No Retreat, No Surrender, whatever, yeah.
No Retreat, No Surrender. You're
Yeah,
correct.
we're
yeah.
thinking of Galaxy Quest.
Yes, we are.
Never give up.
Never surrender.
Yes, he in that movie, by the way, I forgot about that movie. I have it over there on Blu-ray.
Of
course you do.
In that movie, by the way, he plays a character named Ivan. You know who else played a character named Ivan?
Ivan Drago. Talking about Dolph.
Dolph Lundgren.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
I never saw the Rockies.
So a Swede and a Belgian both played Russians, because in the United States in the 80s, we were like, look, foreign means Russian.
We barely know the difference.
It's foreign and it's not England.
Is he a white foreign that doesn't drink tea?
A white foreign.
That's just America, dude. That's why they hate Russia. Like, ugh, white foreign.
But basically, he's telling him, hey, you're overheating. You got to go plug into the chair. That medic dude is like, why the fuck did you tell him? He's
Yeah.
like, because we're going to quadruple his serum, which I'm assuming he thinks will maybe like kill him. But we see later
It's
on,
to
he's just
erase his
injecting a
brain.
whole
Maybe it's a
fucking-
different serum. I don't know. Well, it would be. It's also in their neck. Maybe it's more direct that way.
I don't know. It's not more direct than when he sticks it in his fucking
It's to-
heart leader.
It's to the
Yeah,
serum.
That's true.
The
That's
serum
true.
is to erase the memories, so they can reset him.
But it's also the super
Always
soldier
go for the
serum.
power button.
Did you try unplugging him and plugging him back in again?
Have you checked and see if your Dolph is on? I just want to make sure you have power to your Dolph.
So Dolph kills this medic dude. This is the most confusing kill of the movie for me, because like the guy comes in to do the serum thing,
Yeah.
and Dolph is like, "Hey, motherfucker, let's see if it works, right?" And he flips him over into the chair. The needle sticks in him, and I was thinking, okay, the needle will go in his neck like it did for all of them, and he'll die because he's not programmed to be a beat boot
That
man.
sounds perfect.
Goes out.
But
his
this
face.
doesn't do that. It goes in one cheek and out the other, and he dies.
Oh, he has his head turned, I guess. But I
But,
think
like,
looks
he's
cool.
pushing him down. So that's what I was thinking.
He's not getting injected with anything.
shoving his face. No, but he's having a whole thing, and his neck is broken now from being shoved onto. You
Oh,
can see my
maybe.
pantomimes. Having his face shoved down this empty thing because it's not on the headrest.
Okay,
And
maybe
then
it
it
broke
just,
his
like,
neck, and the
Goes
needle's
through
just
the
a
cheek,
nice
and
touch.
the needle pops out the other
Yeah.
cheek.
That
Yeah,
checks.
because I was like, that needle's popping out of his neck. It's not poisoning.
I like it because it was gonna be Leon Rippey that goes in, and the guy's like, "No, it makes more sense if I do." It's like, no, it's just movie logic that we have to have the black guy die first,
Yeah.
not first, but before you.
Speaking of movie logic and black people dying first, we all know that's a trope for horror movies, right?
Yeah,
I was watching a movie the other day called Mausoleum, which is pretty fun. Lots of boobs, lots of good special effects.
you had me at boobs.
John Carl Beekler did the special effects for that one.
Ooh.
so
Beekler?
but there's a maid character who's a black woman doing the whole like mammy Southern maid kind of thing.
Sure.
But she's in this house and all this creepy shit's happening. She goes up to this lady's room and like there's like green fog coming out under the door and stuff, and she's just like, well, fuck this, grabs her bag and leaves.
Especially if you are
Fucking
fucking,
out.
either hired help or forced help.
Nope. You get
You're like, this is not my problem.
Yep.
This is, you know
she
what
even
this sounds
says
like?
at one point, she's like, there's a lot of weird shit happening in this house.
You know what this sounds like? A family curse. You know what I'm not? Family. Fuck you. You've been very clear I'm not family. I'm out. Enjoy your green fog death.
Yeah, she hightails it right the fuck out of that movie.
Yes, she does.
Excellent.
So there's this grenade bit because Leon Rippey, he's like, okay, well, fuck this. If we can't stop Dolph Lundgren, we can stop his army.
Yeah.
So he hands Ralph Mueller this grenade, and he's
Mueller.
like, hey, your boss said hold on to this for 20 seconds
30.
and then drop it or whatever. And that's when his only line 1, 2, 3, 4.
He
and
looks
then they
right to
cut
the camera.
outside.
He's like, "Should I hold this grenade? I don't know. I feel like he just pulls a Ferris Mueller's. You know,
But-
sometimes I feel like life's too slow just to not stop and hold a grenade.
Stop and smell the grenades.
Stop and smell the grenades. Dude. Oh,
Dr. Dude's thumb gets caught in the hand.
Dr. Dude, Dr. Daddy. Who else we gonna add to this goddamn bus? This is a sex bus,
What's
by the
his
way.
name?
Dr. Damme.
The guy you guys keep talking about.
Leon Rippey is the
Yeah, that guy.
actor's name.
Him.
Yeah.
His thumb is caught and he can't get his thumb out from Mueller's hand.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Death grip.
the truck explodes. Not a huge explosion, but it's like on the inside, you know. And
then
fucking
it
Dolph
does-
Lundgren drags these two. It's Debo and Ralph Mueller into this Bashas, and he's like, "Where's your freezer?" And throws them in there.
It's like my platoon is dying.
And he's cracking right here. He's giving a speech about, I'm not going to use his racial slur, but it's the G word
Ugh.
Yeah.
for Asian people. And he's like, they're fucking the war. We're gonna win, and everyone's soft. I kick ass, you kiss ass, and the spies are everywhere. And all I thought was, thank God you're in Utah and not somewhere with a diverse population, because he would have been shooting any Asian person, probably person of color at this point.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, all right, Utah, not a bad
Well,
choice.
these cops come running in, and he kills them, and he's like, "See what I
Told-
tell you?
everywhere.
Spies."
Spies, man. Sorry, spies, man. They are everywhere.
So Van Damme and Veronica go to Dr. Christopher Greger's house, which is played by Jerry Orbach, who we mentioned, Law and Order. He also plays Lumiere in
Oh,
Broody and the
Is
Beast.
Lumiere and
Okay.
Broody and the
It's
Beast.
Broody?
Bru-
Broody.
Bruh,
Sorry.
broody.
I'm real thirsty again.
Sorry,
You know.
broody. I'm just so dark and broody, and he's a beast.
Be.
But-
Our guest
Be
our guest.
Yeah.
Put
He's the
ourselves
little
to the test.
candlestick man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's also in Toy Soldiers, so we'll be seeing him at least one more time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
but when Van Damme sees him, he has some
You know, if Vern's
flashbacks.
listening, he's probably going to keep singing. Go ahead,
I
Vern.
love you,
Vern. Go
Vern.
ahead and pause it and finish the song.
Van Damme sees him, has some flashbacks to his like transformation and whatever, but he also has a flashback to when he's a little kid. And for a split second, we see young Luke Devereaux with his family.
With a little doggy.
Young Luke Devereaux, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme's oldest son, Chris Van Damme,
Aw.
who was also in 13 other Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Wow.
But
I'm guessing at least half of those, he's playing his younger
he,
self.
at least in the Quest, he plays young Chris or whatever in the
Okay.
Quest. So, but strangely enough, other than the ones where he's a kid, like the older ones, a lot of them are the 2000s. So a lot of the ones I haven't necessarily seen,
Yeah,
or
same.
if I have seen, I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
He's not. So he's clearly riding Dad's coattails, right? He's in all
Did
but
you say
one.
Cocktails?
Yeah,
Yes.
coattails.
That's perfect.
All but one movie he's in are Van Damme movies, but he's not credited as Chris Van Damme. He's credited as Chris Van Varenberg.
Oh.
It's like he's trying to do a fucking
Nicolas Cage.
Estevez
Coppola.
or Nick Cage, but he's also just doing his dad's movies.
Yeah,
so
I want to be known for my own merits. Also, Dad, can I get a role?
Yeah. Nick Cage is credited as Nick Coppola in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, that's before
Yeah, his
he.
first couple
We just watched it
movies.
last
Yeah.
night.
Oh, nice.
Not for the first time.
No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
A
I
quick catch up on my Nick Cage 365 Days of Nick Cage. You guys know about? We watched Fast Times. He's barely in it, but I wanted to watch it, so I was like,
Yeah.
it counts. It's his first
Credited role.
credited film role.
Well, and as wife person said, Coppola.
Yeah, and it was Nick Coppola, but the first appearance that Nick Cage makes on film in a credited movie is at the beginning of that movie when the school is all getting together for the first day of school. The first thing you see Nick Cage do is slap like a kick me style sign on someone, but it says I'm a homo. So 1980 whatever year that was.
Yeah.
What an insult in 1980, whatever year it was. 82, probably? I don't know.
I'm gonna say 86.
487? I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, wow. That late.
I don't know. It was
I
sometime
don't know,
in the
my phone's
80s.
over there.
True. I don't want to look it up.
We'll play it on a
write
game
us
sometime.
letter.
But there's a hostage shootout, like we mentioned at the Bashes, and
I feel
Um,
like I've heard that
which is
before
a-
in the news here.
you feel like that, but it was a safe way, and that was when Gabrielle Giffords had an assassination attempt.
No, I think no. I remember early in the 90s because we used to have a bashes on Houghton
Yeah.
Houghton and Broadway was Bash's, and I
Well, that was before the East Side had shootouts. I didn't live. My girlfriend lived across the street from that Safeway where Gabrielle Giffords got shot, and I was staying at her house.
That's when Gabby Gifford got it.
And she got shot, and then I was like, well, I have to go to work, and I can't.
Yeah.
Because that entire road was shut
Yeah.
down.
If I leave my house right now, I'm going to be detained by SWAT or taken out.
yeah. Did you call them and be like, I literally can't physically get to work right now?
Eventually, I was able to make it in time, but just barely.
Barely.
Barley.
But Dr. Daddy mentions that Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren are both experiencing regressive traumatic recall. So for Van Damme, the last thing he remembered before he died was that he was just wanting to go home. So his instinct is to flee and go home.
Uh-huh.
And Dolph Lundgren, the last thing he remembers is
Complete the mission and kill everybody.
Going crazy.
they're all traitors and we got to kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I got to
Van-
win this war. Sorry,
Van
I've got to
Damme-
win this war.
Van Damme tries to send Veronica away. He buys her a bus ticket.
Tries to
Puts her
wife
on the
banger.
bus.
Yeah,
Go
he
on,
does.
can't you see we don't want? Or Harry and the Hendersons
Yeah.
too.
That's what I think of.
Can't you see we don't love you anymore?
Get out of here, Harry, you big fucking beast.
Get out of here, Alley Walker.
And then she thinks she's doing the cute thing by not getting on the bus.
But the bus pulls away, and every cop in northern Arizona is on the other side of that bus.
You can tell
Yep.
it's not Northern Arizona because they would have shot him.
No,
She's
they're white.
blonde.
Yeah, okay, all right, same. You said the same thing.
So they get put on this prison transport, which Dolph Lundgren chases down. Dolph Lundgren and Ralph Mueller, because Debo has died, but
Yeah.
those two are left.
Mueller was killed by raw meat, as your wife pointed out.
Yeah, just eating a raw steak.
Dude, that steak looks so good.
I mean, I'd put a little char on it.
You guys at least slap it on a grill.
Yeah, run it through the flame once, maybe. I like Dolph's noises he's making when he's throwing these grenades. Did you catch it?
Well,
It's
he's-
almost like, what's his name? Dean Cain?
Uh-huh.
Or did they got, yeah!
Oh, Howard Dean.
Howard
That's
Dean.
literally in my notes. One of the later ones, that's when he says it, because I was like, Howard Dean celebration is what I wrote in my notes at
He
one
does
point.
that much later, but here he's doing this like, yo, as he's throwing the grenades, and all I thought of was like, we're gonna grenade Washington, yeah. You want to play catch, yeah. Like fucking
Yeah.
Howard Dean's on his way here.
Because he kills the bus
Dean
driver.
Cain wishes he was that expressive.
Yeah, he does. He kills this bus driver, so the bus is going out of control, but not too out of control.
Yeah,
And because I guess the body's there to keep it kind of
yeah,
in
sure,
check.
sure.
And yeah, all the windows are shot out, so he's tossing grenades in, and Veronica's just tossing them right back out.
By the way,
It's-
maybe Tanker Tom can give the exact answer. I don't think grenades last 15 to 20 seconds before they detonate. Seems like a real big design flaw that
I'm
someone
gonna-
could throw back at you.
I'm gonna pull a U with the Star Wars thing instead of the Force. I'm gonna say editing.
The Van Damme.
It didn't actually take that long. We got to see the full action of him throwing it and waiting for it to explode.
She has lines. She's like, "Oh my god, where is it? I can't find it." You shouldn't have enough time to say that. That's it.
I don't know. These are those old grenades.
It should be more dangerous.
I don't know.
We have those as tap handles at the brewery.
Nice.
They look just like that.
Go check out Hard Bottle Brewing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing the grenades
Speaking of
and
made
shit.
in Arizona, I mean,
Yeah, super made in Arizona. The owner is made in Arizona. The bartender was made in, well, me. The other bartender's from Maine.
Ugh.
So come on a
That's
Thursday,
like
Friday,
as far- that's
Saturday.
like as far
Come
from
hang out with
Arizona as
me.
you can get,
Yeah,
Right?
in America.
and still be in the continental United States.
But come hang out
Um,
with me. It's fun.
But they get to the Grand Canyon, and Van Damme has picked a lock to get to the front of the bus now, so they don't drive directly into it. But he's telling her to jump out. She's like, "I'm not going to leave without you." So he shoves her right out of the fucking bus.
Come on, dude, she's fucking living dead guy. She's
He-
living girl. He's dead guy. Get over it.
Living dead guy.
And burn through the witches
Yeah.
and slam in the back of my Dracula.
I mean, I guess the Grand Canyon is technically a really big ditch, right?
Yeah. Might be the biggest.
That we know of.
But yeah, I
Above
just don't
sea
I don't
level.
like how she's just like, I won't leave you. Dude, get the fuck off the bus.
Yeah. So he shoves her off the bus just in the nick of time because the bus gets flipped over, rolls like fucking crazy. Ralph Mueller tries to push this into the Grand Canyon. Van Damme jumps out, shoots him in the face, and the whole thing goes over the edge.
Bye.
And this is where they blow up the Grand Canyon. Obviously, they don't blow up the whole Grand Canyon, but
Impossible.
I love that
there's some destruction.
everything sits there for like 5 seconds before it actually blows up, and then it's like a chain blow up.
Because you saw the amount of grenades that he was just buying.
Oh, the grenades take a long time.
Okay,
so.
that's right. 30
See?
seconds. You're right.
It just keeps catching all the munitions. Like, good God, how many fucking grenades did Dolph have in there?
50.
I had so many.
This sheriff, the one that survived this convoy, tries to arrest him, and she takes him out. They take his car,
Bad
and they
brothers.
go to Moreau, Louisiana, which is also in Arizona. It is a house.
I guess you did Moreau.
A house built at the Pex Lake Golf Course in Clarkdale, Arizona. And there's a little behind the scenes of it. Nearby was the Clark Mansion, which was built for one of Senator William Clark's sons who died in a plane crash nearby in 1932. The mansion mysteriously burned down in June 2010.
Okay.
So I don't know if this person in the IMDb trivia is attributing that to a ghost.
Sorry, I'm just stuck on a plane crash in 1932. That's just.
I feel like that's all of them.
It's a weird date to be like a weird year to be taking a plane in the first place.
I've seen The Aviator. It's not fun.
It doesn't seem like a good thing.
So we meet Van Damme's parents. The mother's name I did not get. But
Doesn't
the
matter.
Father,
But we got Vance.
Oh,
Rance.
Rance Howard.
Rance Howard.
Rance Howard, welcome back.
Previously on the show in Ticks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And soon to be on the show in Terminal Velocity.
Ooh, yeah. Sky
With
Timber.
Sky Timber. He's in the Charlie Sheen movie we're going to talk about. He's a pilot that flies Charlie Sheen up and lets him jump right onto another plane.
Unless people forget that he made, the Howards, Ron and why am I blanking on his name right now?
Now I am
Cliff?
because you are.
No.
Clint.
Clint. And then the grandfather of Darla. What's her
Bryce
name?
Dallas.
Bryce.
Darla.
Bryce Dallas.
I mean, Dallas has most of the same letters as Darla.
Darla.
Just in a different order. Replace the R with an S, shuffle them around.
That's a redhead that made a redhead, though.
Yeah. Well, because have you seen the mom? I bet she's a redhead.
Your mom's not a redhead.
No, it's recessive gene, but I'm saying like Ron Howard found a redheaded woman because he's like, I'm so special. I need to preserve my red-haired genes.
Oh my God, you guys, my phone is listening. I just opened Google to see who Ron Howard's wife was. The article that comes up on the Discover feed. Bryce Dallas Howard, Skeleton Crew.
Oh man.
They're listening.
The robots.
I mean, they are. We do have microphones in front of us.
Yeah.
Ron
everybody's
Howard's wife,
We're trying to get people to listen to us.
Cheryl Howard. No, she's not a redhead.
Show me your pubes.
Wait, she is.
Told you.
There was a different picture.
You can tell by the eyebrows.
Well, there's
And
a
the
different
pubes.
picture, and I thought, because there's words over one of the people,
Mhm.
so I thought that wasn't the wife.
But it
Turns
is.
out it is the wife. The wife is the one covered in words. The other person is a random person.
Stupid. Told you.
They're like, this is Cheryl Howard, and covers the person with the name.
Yeah, Cheryl Howard. See, you can tell because the words are on top of
We
her.
labeled her.
But they get there. Mom comes out and sees Jean-Claude Van Damme. She's like, impossible.
And then,
Suck me blue.
Are they saying "suck me blue"?
In my mind, yeah.
Suck me
It
blue.
translates very well.
But apparently, Mom is the French one
Yeah.
because Rance is not trying to do a French. I
I
mean, they
He
barely
can't.
have lines, but he's just like, "You're doing stuff. You're home. It's home
yeah,
time."
he showed up on set like, "Can you do a Cajun accent?" Nope. Well, record.
I can do an old man.
Yeah, I can
Did
talk like
Ron
me.
Howard do Contact? Right?
I don't know.
Or he did one of them there. I don't know. Maybe I was
Frequency.
thinking maybe he was next door making a movie and Rance was just there and they were like, "We need an old man. What are you doing?
Can we borrow him for
Can we
half a
borrow your
day?"
old man? Are you calling him? No, I meant like your dad."
No, like your father. Your fucking old man. Who's that old lady? That's my old lady.
But so Veronica decides she's going to go try to clear her name because they're definitely going to listen to her.
Uh-huh.
She gets to the car. Oh, fuck. I forgot the keys.
No, the key. She's like, I swear to God, the keys were here in the car.
And there's Dolph because they always come back at least once. Did you
I
lose something?
Need a backstory on this outfit.
Where did
Yeah,
he get
'cause-
the clip in his hair?
Well, if you keep
with
watching,
a rattlesnake. It is like a Native American headband.
Yep.
With a rattlesnake tail dangling off it.
Yep.
Like a
did you notice he
Padawan
has at
blade.
least 3 or 4 different like sheriff stars
Yep.
on
Yes.
his jacket?
Pinned on a leather vest. So like that's how many people tried to arrest him.
Yeah, and he's
And
got
what's
and
with
his
the
ear and
stripes
his
on his
ear necklace.
arms?
His ear necklace has gotten very heavy.
Yeah,
The face paint that he does is from the beginning of the movie, by the way.
yes, I do remember
when
that.
he's got the hostages, he's painted some weird shit on his face.
I don't want to say that's paint at the beginning, and it probably isn't here either.
I said
It's
he
human
painted.
blood.
I didn't say he used paint.
Hey,
Hey,
then
I
he's
don't
got-
fucking question the artist, okay, or the canvas, or the
got-
medium.
Bands across his arm.
Yeah,
Black
so
and
he
red.
went full.
This is what Universal Soldier 2 should have been. Was just the story of Dolph
Yes.
Lundgren getting from Utah to Louisiana.
Yes,
There we go.
I
And
would watch that.
The hero of the movie is the murderer because he has to make it to the end. That's how the other movie continues.
Am I
Oh.
rooting for him? Huh.
Wait, so that if they did do that, then you would watch this movie up until the Grand Canyon scene, turn it off,
Mm-hmm.
turn on Universal Soldier 2, watch it, and then go back to Universal Soldier 1.
The logic checks out.
Ooh, yes, it does.
Man,
We have to do this. We have to write it and make it first.
dreams.
Dreams.
But so he kidnaps her, he kidnaps the parents, calls out Van Damme, and we get them fighting, and it's another Van Damme getting his ass kicked, and it goes back and forth a lot between talking and fighting until Van
Well,
Damme
you
finally
should have
gets
gotten some of this, soldier.
Dude, I love that it's John Wayne.
That's what he sounds like to
Howdy,
me.
Pilgrim. You should have gotten some of this here serum, Pilgrim.
But instead of pilgrim, it's soldier.
Soldier.
You're gonna inject me with what? Oh, serum. Sorry, I thought you said something else that started with an S.
You know, the sticky breakfast.
They're always
Catch
after
up.
me, serum.
They're always after me, lucky serum.
I got it from the Lucky Mart.
I bet it is lucky.
But he's like, where should we shoot her? Because he's got Van Damme holding the gun in his hand. Where'd you shoot her? In the stomach? In the heart? Oh, I think we should shoot her in the head. And then he
This
pulls the
is the
trigger.
best
Oh,
part.
it's empty.
This is the best part.
Oh, it's empty. Dude, he is so fucking excited. He doesn't give a shit.
I love it.
I
He
wanted
is
more of
giving
this.
the best performance,
But
dude.
I think just here, I'm not complaining about the movie. I'm just criticizing. He has it in him right here, showing how awesome it is.
Yeah.
From Humanity, he's hitting those tones that you just hit, and he's not doing it enough in the early
Well,
Well,
parts.
in the
I
early,
think
because
it's-
he's still a
he's-
robot in the early parts,
Yeah,
but
but
you
yeah,
see
he's-
him. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you
ahead.
off. They show him like Van Damme says something, and Dolph is sitting there, but like opens his eyes and like side looks, and like he's given a little bit, like he remembers, he knows everything.
yeah.
He's just waiting for his chance.
yeah.
And then the less that he's getting the serum, the more crazy he's going.
Okay.
Because all of the memories are. I think he did a
Or the more he's
phenomenal
getting the
job on
serum.
that.
He's not getting the memory serum.
Yeah.
He's just getting the super soldier
He's
serum.
getting
Yeah.
super soldier.
At one point, he's just over there. The medic that's now dead was like, "What's he doing?" It's like he's making himself stronger. With this
He's
stupid-
going full U.S. agent.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even the medic, he's like, "That's a great idea."
Who's that plays you? Oh, it's
Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I now that I see him do this part, his Joker moment, if you will.
Yes.
I want to see more of
More
that.
of it. Yes.
Because he is like in the head. Oh, it's empty. Oh shit.
And of course, you know, she's trying to cut her binds off
Yeah.
on the compactor thingy.
And
Thresher? I don't know.
yeah, I think I wrote down Thresher.
Thresher sounds
But
good.
she goes to try to get away, and he, just like the beginning of the movie with the lady that was getting away, he throws a grenade at her and it explodes. So Van Damme thinks she's dead. But this is where I have in my notes Howard Dean celebration, because he throws that grenade and explodes, and he just goes,
"Pyaw!"
just the arm across the chest and
I'm
everything.
gonna blow up your
like-
girlfriend, and then I'm gonna blow up your mother, and then I'm gonna blow up your father.
Ah,
Okay,
poor Howard
who the
Dean.
fuck is Howard Dean?
We've told you this on multiple episodes.
Yeah,
now.
he was a hopeful candidate for president of the United
Oh, that's
and then
right.
he
Okay.
won,
did the
he won the
BIA.
Iowa primaries, and then he did a BIA, and then everybody was like, well, we can't have a president who wants to be president.
States. Yeah,
For the listeners, it's not for me. It's for the new listeners.
This
that-
would
Yeah,
be like
no,
the
Whitney
third or
knew.
fourth time we've explained.
you're talking to Tucson's biggest Howard Dean fan. Have you not seen her tattoo on her arm that says "I love
It's right
Howard
here.
Dean"?
You know what? I don't remember anything about his politics, even though that was in an election I was voting in.
Yeah.
But I do know that I love him because I want a president who says, "Blah."
I just love that we had a time that was a bad thing. Like
Yeah,
now,
now you can just, have sex with porn stars, kill people, pay them off, steal government secrets.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
wish our president's problem was saying "blah."
Get pissed on.
Jesus Christ. I wish our president wasn't a felon.
Alleged.
No,
No.
it's not alleged. We
It's
all
not
saw it
alleged.
happen.
Allegedly.
Don't tell me it didn't happen. I saw it happen.
I watched the courts.
But now we get full on Van Damme kicky fighting.
Yeah, we
Because
do.
he does the full jumping roundhouse kick. Because Van Damme is not a tall man.
No, and guess who is?
Dolph Lundgren is a very tall
Yeah,
man.
I think we looked it up at 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, and Van Damme does a jumping roundhouse kick
Can't
right to his
5'10".
fucking head and follows it up with like 2 or 3 more kicks before Dolph catches his leg.
And then he does another round flick.
Yeah, he does the thing where he like tries to twist his leg to break it, and Van Damme flips with it. He does this in every movie, but it's always great. Twist it, and he just flips with it and kicks him in the fucking head again.
Bop it.
And twist it, bop me, kick me.
And then we get one of my favorite lines, probably the best, I guess not one-liner, but setup line, because Dolph Lundgren, he's getting ready to take out Van Damme, and he's like, say good night, asshole.
And
Van
then-
Damme, good night, asshole.
Good night, asshole.
Asshole. And then fucking kicks him right through the side of this barn, basically crucifies him on this thresher.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
he does stab himself.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we
he
had
did
talked
get the
about him
super serum.
injecting muscle milk, right? Like you had said, because I said the neck. It is in the heart.
directly
We
into
saw
the
Dolph
heart.
do it. It like a good shot, by the way, because it's a slow mo of that fucking giant.
Yeah.
I
was
know
actually
it-
thinking about it. I was like, is this one of those? It's a retracting thing, but it
Uh-huh.
doesn't
Yes.
push back until you get so much pressure that it looks like it's going to pierce the skin.
Correct.
Uh-huh. 'Cause I was
Or
like,
is it just a
it's
dummy
barely
chest?
a hypodermic needle. It's closer to a gerbil feeder.
Yeah.
Like, with
It's-
how
I
thick
want to
it
say
is.
it's a 14 gauge.
It's a very thin needle putting a whole lot of liquid into a person very quickly.
Yeah, directly into your fucking heart, bro.
Well, if you want it to spread fast, go to the
I like
heart.
to inject it into my heart. Now I'm doing Jesse the Body.
Well, he does like to inject things into his
Hey,
heart.
John Wayne. You got a John Wayne that.
I like to inject things. Ask my wife, soldier. Ask your mom, soldier.
And of course, there's always one more. Dolph Lundgren pops back up.
Because Jean-Claude goes and checks on him. By the way, when they're fighting, Jean-Claude's like fucking audio work is like just cat noises.
Yeah.
So it's like, by the way, if I get another cat, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's happening. But yeah, the whole time he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And like Dolph will pick him up and slam him. He's like,
It's like you're throwing your cat on the couch.
yeah, that was like, never done.
No, you only hold her like a barber.
I do hold like a baby.
But there's always one more. He sits up. Van Damme shoves his one free arm back down onto the thresher, hits the big start button, and it's your discharge, Sarge.
Oh,
And fucking just
Chunks.
chunks of
And
chunks of Dolph Lundgren.
What did they put in there? Like a cow?
and mom and dad, I am sorry about this patch of land that has my friend all over it. He wasn't my friend, but we
They
became
were friends. There was
They
even
were
pictures.
friends, yeah.
Okay, so now my friend is all over your back patio.
Well, speaking of that, he finds Veronica and she's alive, and she's like, "Where's Dolph Lundgren?" And he's like,
Around.
"He's around."
So you had mentioned something about sequels and shit. You bring back Dolph by
He did.
here's how you do it though.
Okay.
Somebody planted some like trees here and the apples became tainted with Dolph DNA. And some kids ate them, and all of a sudden they started growing up and like, hey there, Dad. Hello, Dr. Daddy. And now you've got like they start taking over and they got this little army of Dolphs.
Okay.
You gotta be careful. You say that. Whitney hears "Army of Dolls" and she says out the building.
I am out
Welcome
that
to the
bitch.
Dolph house.
Ooh.
This
Okay.
movie does have 5 sequels, 2 of which
Who
are
cares?
direct to DVD or direct to TV movies that came out both in 1998.
What channel?
I don't know, probably like a Showtime or something like that. I would think.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
the 90s. They weren't doing prestige TV. They were doing shitty. That the HBO is where all those substitute sequels came out. So.
Okay, yep, perfect.
But
There's a home
we've
for
got
that.
Universal Soldier 2, Brother in Arms, starring no one and nobody. Universal Soldier 3, Unfinished Business, starring no one and nobody and Burt Reynolds.
Mm.
And then Van Damme got desperate for money. So we've got in 1999, so the next year, Van Damme is back in Universal Soldier: The Return, along with Bill Goldberg and Michael Jai White, who actually was one of the soldiers in Vietnam at the beginning of this as well.
Oh, what? Michael Jai White?
Yeah, I was looking for him. I didn't see him, but I read about it a couple different places. Because it was like, yeah, he's there, but he shows up later and plays Seth or something.
Huh.
And then there are two more sequels in 2009 and 2012 where Dolph also returns: Universal Soldier Regeneration and Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning.
Regeneration is the one we eat. They eat the apples. That's it.
So, down the line, maybe we got a
Yeah.
schlock and load, and at least the ones with Van Damme and Dolph. Well, Van Damme, Goldberg, and Michael Jai White. I'll do that one too.
I started thinking about it like as somebody that doesn't really believe in an afterlife. You can sign my body up for this program. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys can reanimate me and have me keep podcasting. If that science is available, I mean, you keep your house pretty cold.
We do.
I think I'd be okay.
You would. We'll put a coffin back there and plug it in so it's just constantly refrigerated until we need you, and then just set you up on the chair.
If you're saying I'm going to start sleeping in a morgue drawer, I'm already in.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Put some silk panties on you.
Some silk underwear.
Sorry, I'm just clicking on like letterbox things for the Universal Soldier thing, trying to figure out who this guy Matt Battaglia, who plays Luke Devereaux in the 2 and 3, the TV movies.
I know the name Matt Battaglia.
I found another movie he's in called Raven, which also has Burt Reynolds, but it's like fat Burt Reynolds. I didn't know there ever was a fat Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen Cop and a Half? He's wearing a girdle.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is like this Burt Reynolds is like a tree trunk.
Mm.
Okay, let's
It's
finish
also
the
got
movie.
Richard Gant.
Mm.
Anyway, that's
So,
it for this movie. So
we
we'll go
didn't
around the
actually
horn for
finish it.
recommendation. Yeah, we did. That's the end of the movie. They fucking kissy kiss. End of the
No,
movie.
they don't kissy kiss. There is zero kissy kissy
They didn't
between
kiss?
them. Nope. They
I swear
hug.
they kissed.
He bent
hug.
over and mooned her.
No,
She kissed his
that's what
butthole.
This is what I want to talk about. It's one of the reasons why I think she is family is because she never kisses a man in anything I've ever seen her in.
By family, you mean a lesbian.
Correct.
Don't be code to people who are listening and don't know what
Well,
you're talking about.
Talk to me like I'm 5.
I think she likes the ladies, and I'm okay with that.
Talk to me like I'm 4.
But so let's go around the horn for recommendations, wife.
Yeah, I totally recommend this. I think Dolph puts on a wonderful fucking performance. JCVD doesn't have an accent apparently, but you get bada booms, you get fun chargy things, you get awesome one-liners. I mean,
What's the fun chargy thing? I don't.
the chargies. The Rams, the car chase charges, the boom boom.
Oh, when the cars crash into things.
Yes.
Okay. Like I was on board with everything she's saying. Also, it's like, am I a fucking idiot? What the hell is the chargy thing?
Was this
I
Dragon
just-
Ball Z, the movie?
Come here.
Oh, by the way, if that had Van Damme, way better movie.
What did I watch this for the first time with you guys last year?
No, we watched it 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was gonna say I haven't seen this movie in easily 15 years, probably 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we watched it about 2 years ago.
Okay. And that was my first time. And so when you said we're gonna do it, I was like, dope. Let's do
Yeah.
it again.
No, I also. Sorry, I
I'm
didn't mean to
done.
cut you off. You are
You're
done.
good. Yes.
Yeah, I was.
I'm done.
I was excited to watch it for the same reason. I hadn't seen it in a long fucking time. So, it works. We talked about the best Jean-Claude acting. Maybe not your favorite Jean-Claude movie, but he does put on that little boyish kind of thing.
In the diner, I love
he's
it.
often subdued.
Yeah.
Like even when he's delivering a lot of dialogue, he's always kind of whispering a little bit, and he's not doing his normal like screams. But and Dolph, yes, I want more from him, but he's killing it. So
Yeah.
full recommend. I don't need caveats. This is one I'm glad I purchased because now I can pop it on.
Yeah, we
whenever I
watched this
feel like
separately.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hearty recommend. I mean, it is a good performance from Van Damme. It's a really good performance from Dolph. Like, accent aside, it's just the slow progression of his insanity. And then that end sequence, if you put all your cool shit at the end, it's okay because then at the end of the movie, people are like, "That was fucking cool."
It left a
Yep.
good taste in your
yeah,
mouth.
Yes, it did.
exactly. I do think.
And there was no forced love interest. Like they got through this together and they're friends.
No, she wants that D, even if she is a lesbian, because she's seen him naked.
His mom and dad are there, dude. She can't blow him.
But it's not expressly said. She did stare into his asshole, and maybe it did. Maybe he had hemorrhoids, and so she's...
Once you have stared into that gaping maw.
But I do think Van Damme, he is subdued. He's doing a little bit more like performing than he usually does.
Yes.
But I also think, given that this is 92, and I believe Terminator 2 had already come out at this point, so I think maybe he's trying to do a little bit of an Arnold, because he's doing the robot soldier kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's trying to be like, I don't have emotion. I am
Was
robot.
that 92?
I want to say that was 92.
I don't know.
I mean, one was like 84.
Yeah.
And maybe it hadn't come out yet. I mean, even if it did come out in
94 might
92,
be right.
even
Or
if it came
92
out in
might be
92, they hadn't seen it because this movie obviously filmed in 91.
right. Uh-huh.
But just that's the vibe I got. But that's not a bad thing. He's performing. He's giving like some real good charm. He
T2
doesn't
was released in 91.
Okay. He doesn't seem so full of himself. Like he starts to
Yeah.
get like, we got more than one movie out of Van Damme where he's not full of himself. He's not Steven Seagal,
Uh-huh.
where he did like one movie and he was like, I'm pretty cool. And then he did another movie. He's like, nah, I'm really the best, aren't I?
Yeah.
And then it just went downhill.
And then Vin Diesel, very similar thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
don't lose fights anymore.
we got like the mid 80s to the mid 90s out of Van Damme
Yep.
before he did Street Fighter.
And then when he
so-
kind of tried to have that resurgence, he was making fun of himself again, and I like that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's called,
Growth.
an awakening,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Growth, awakening.
Yeah. But so that's it. Next week's episode, continue Made in Arizona month with a movie that these two love and I have never seen, Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah, baby, get you some Patrick
Don't
Dempsey.
fight us on if it's a good movie or a bad movie. Just wait.
No, again, when we were discussing it, I wasn't fighting you guys on whether or not to do it. I was fighting you guys on whether or not, I was like, but you guys really love
Oh, I
this.
didn't mean
Is
you. I'm
this a
sorry. That
Patreon?
We're
was-
talking
that
to
was
we're
to
talking to
listeners.
listeners.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
Before
to me.
you add us, just hear the episode.
All right, yes.
And you also calm down.
Yeah.
You've had too many cocktails.
People can't buy me love. I don't know.
You actually can, in fact, buy me love. Just so you know. It's called Star Wars Toys.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/worstpeople. It's only $3 a month. You get 2 bonus episodes every month. This month, we have a Patreon listener request. Speaking of Patreon, from one of our longer subscribers, Tanker Tom, who requested Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, which is Mickey Rourke and
Don Johnson.
Don Johnson. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Don Johnson from
Miami Vice.
Miami
Yeah.
Vice.
Or
I was gonna say 50
A
Shades
Boy
of
and
Grey's
His-
daddy.
A Boy and His Dog.
or Knives Out.
Or A Boy and His Dog.
Dude, that movie's fucking weird.
It is weird. You know what? I watched like 5 minutes of it over at Bleep's house, and there was a tone, like just an incessant beeping, and I had to leave. I was like, if you don't turn this off, I'm gone.
You're like, I'm having ants
This was
flashback.
pre-ants.
I do own this movie. I just haven't watched it yet. We also have our next episode of Latchkey Veds coming out for you this month. Episode 3 of Cop Rock entitled Happy Mother's Day.
Ooh.
So that's a thing.
Hello, mother.
I watched
Hello,
it and I
Fada.
don't remember anything except for this is the one where there's definitely a story thread about how ugly the mayor is.
Oh, can't wait. Oh, she's such a looker.
And we have to thank you, Vasion, of course, for our opening and closing music.
Always.
So that's it for this week. I've been Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
Say goodnight, asshole.
Good night, asshole.
Good night, asshole.
Yeah, I know him from
You know him personally?
yeah,
Ralph,
when we were
Ralph
on the,
Muller.
when we were on the set of Gladiator together, you
Oh,
idiots.
yeah.
We hung out with Russell Crowe.
No.
I really hope that picked.
Just Derek's no.
And Whitney just deflating.
You got full Steve's on.